sit in EG's out, and nothing weird has happened at all, right?
Right.
Maybe not. It's hard to say.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good one, folks. Now, look, guys, I don't know if you know this, but I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist. Okay, Sideshow, on the other hand, guy's insane.
I've seen you on X, see everything.
We all agree that Bigfoot is real. Good.
Yeah.
Actually, now... A while ago, we did a little bracketology segment where one couldn't see, one couldn't hear, you know, yada, yada, yada. Bren, he was chaos the entire time. But you'll notice at the bottom of the bracket, something was manifesting itself. And sorry, Amy, it's not the Cloud9 part that was there in the lower semis.
What?
It was
Doug look like John Wick standing there.
This picture,
Freddy, but
sure.
without the context, this picture quite dark as well.
But truthfully, like someone, whatever that segment was the only way you predicted EG making it here. Them even making it playoffs is a surprise to most people.
Yeah.
And here they are, top 4 in Americas.
I'm fully back.
Emily is quite proud of her work.
I'm fully back.
Happy with yourself, Emily. Okay. In any case, so now that, of course, it brings us to.
Wouldn't you rather hate watch G2 though?
Crazy story that we've seen here because Mimi.
Why?
Journey it has been.
Because it's more exciting if like EG somehow managed to make it. No, like because if G2 win, it's like oh like we expected it. But if EG win, like chaos ensues. You know?
Yeah, if you think about it. I like all the players on EG, I like the coach, I like everything, but like, you know, if you root for EG, it could be a fun story. You want to root for EG? We can root for EG. I have my EG jersey, I'll bring it out.
Should you bring out his EG jersey, chat?
100 gifted, I'll do it.
Was on a streamer cry.
Bro, any opportunity I see, 100 gifted, I'll do it.
And he is one of the biggest reasons why EG is here.
Yeah, they literally made him two-dimensional on the Sky is Toast, but this guy has been playing out of his mind. And what's really impressed me is both him and Icy next to each other, because Icy as well getting dropped by G2 coming over.
Don't you have an EG jersey too? Oh, but you're on sign, you can't wear it.
No, I would wear it to hate watch. I don't think Rob would mind. I think Rob would actually support the idea.
I see.
Hate watch G2 wearing EG jersey. I think he's all for it.
Yo, the Fallen Dragon, thank you for the prime, appreciate you. Snowy Owl, thank you for the prime, I appreciate you. Chat, 100 gifted, I'll wear my EG jersey.
Mid-performance is occasionally a good match, but he has been consistently incredible in the playoffs thus far, and it is quite literally the best performance.
How long do you normally like stream? Ranked. Ranked in particular. Anything else is easy. Ranked is something special.
5 to 6?
5 to
like
6.
On a good day?
On a good day. Damn.
On a bad day, 2 to 3?
Damn.
Nah, but to be honest, lately it's been a lot of watch parties.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Why are we lying? What do you mean lying, bro? I mean, it's hard, bro. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Like on a bad day, like 7 for me. On a good day, I did 12 yes, or like 12 this stream, pretty much. I had like 2 losses or some shit.
You have delay?
Yeah, I had 20-second delay. Yeah. I played first act. Bro, I got streams like 4 games in a row. I stopped. I couldn't play anymore. Next day, 20-second delay. Win every game.
Yeah, it's pretty shameless now.
Yeah.
Same thing for Icy. We all know the story of Icy on G2. Now he's playing for EG, and it seems like everything worked out for everyone involved.
And remember, Jaw was the one who didn't leave. After winning champions, Busio took his offer with 100 Thieves. Ethan went off on his own. Demon1 left. Everyone left from EG, except for Jawjimo. He was the one member of the champions winning squad who stuck alongside Potter for another year. And it was unsuccessful then. But now, the second he jumps ship, finds a new team, is on top of the world. He's
Alright, chat, we're rooting for EG.
Another miracle run. Like
we can hate watch G2 here. Make it a more interesting, fun story.
That's the sick, twisted, alternate dimension reality that we could be going down now.
Jaw's my guy, but like, I fuck with everyone on EG as well, bro. The whole entire roster, I fuck with them. And Potter, coach and stuff, they all super cool, bro.
And they'd be being denied by the guy they dropped, by the team that Jogmo decided to leave. Like, that is a story that would burn.
And obviously, you know, Ye.
Yeah, I mean, that's a.
Have you ever talked to it? Yeah.
Some things happen
Talked to him before.
right? Verno and
It's chill as fuck.
But
this is much higher
This is
stakes.
much different. But of course,
He watched the G2, but want Ja to perform exactly.
of EG to get his thoughts ahead of the match.
I'm here with EG's Nature before their match today. Thanks for the time. I got to ask you, going up against pretty much one of the best teams to the stages right now, what are you feeling?
You're gonna go above 24 hour? I know.
Do you feel like you have a good counter for G2?
I feel pretty good
No.
about like playing against them. I was actually like expecting it, so I would say that no team is like unbeatable for sure. And because they are the best team in America, is what everyone says. A lot of people and challengers, the people you scrim against.
Yo, Fumu, thank you for the
So not only
tier
are we
1
watching their play style
sub. I
and
appreciate you,
but
bro.
We've been playing it in practice a lot because everyone's trying to play like G2.
Seems like good prep. Can't wait to see it. Good luck in the match.
Now, of course, EG is not going to have it easy today here because, well, they're going to be going up against G2. And you heard Nature there talk extensively about the influence that G2 has had on these players. And Mimi, we even heard Coach Imi talk about it, specifically on Split, how G2 has influenced so many of the squads in Americas.
And a lot of teams have copied their compositions, their ideas on different maps, but not a lot of teams have been force spying as much as G2 has. They lose pistol. They're almost always forcing. And Christy, they're so successful at it.
Yeah, what, 6-2 on the force buys? That's absolutely obscene, especially when you consider that their pistol win percentage is just about 50-50, all things considered. But what G2 are doing
Yo,
is
good morning, Josh.
basically
What's up?
anytime they're on the attacking side and they lose
Yo,
pistol, they're using that plant bonus if they're able to plant the spike.
Floppy, wait, thank you for the
and
prime.
armor
Appreciate you,
and
bro.
win on out. They even have this defensive round
How you doing?
on Ascent where they're almost forced to go for the force because they're down so brutally. But G2
Luna, thank you for the prime. Appreciate you as well. Thank you,
But to
guys.
the point that Nature made about G2 being the team that everyone's
Appreciate you guys,
looking at
appreciate
it,
you
that
guys.
everyone's trying to copy. I think we saw some of that come out in the Sen series. Sen had great prep on Icebox. They clearly knew exactly how the Waylay was going to play on Ascent, and that's who delivered G2 their first ever loss. You know EG's a prep-heavy team, but doing it back-to-back, 2 upsets against G2, that's a hell of a task.
Yeah, you got to hope that lightning can strike twice there, right? And that's going to be a difficult one for sure, especially when you have an IGL like Valen who puts up some great numbers and good calls in the server. We had an opportunity to catch up with him earlier today. Here's Riv.
Are you gonna watch Friday G2 versus EG even if your timer goes up? Yeah. I'm fully watching it. 3 maps, fucking 40 round OT. I'll be there, bro. I'm watching it. Be rooting for EG here.
Line, map 3 down 11-6. I gotta say so, but it feels like every game, it feels like the hardest one we've had. So I'm expecting.
Pete, watch G2.
We've been battling a lot of adversity, but coming out on top. So we're
Let's
just
do it.
maintaining a lot of composure, and I'm proud of the guys. Hopefully, we can do it again today.
What do you think?
Are you having delay in watch party? Because 23 hours ago, I was playing ranked and had delay, and I cannot turn off delay unless I end my stream.
When we're down, sometimes Jogamo steps up and helps the team with the comm. Sometimes I step up. Everyone is just so good at this game and so high IQ, and so we can just help each other out when we're feeling low.
Awesome to hear. Good luck in the match today.
When you look back at the great teams in any sport,
What are they
stories are
cooking
usually
here?
written in just a few critical moments. Those moments are what define their legacy. Think about last year for G2. What do you remember clearly? Well, to me, they were the new team that ascended into the league, and the games that ultimately shaped their story were faltering in back-to-back America's finals. Now think about this year. For me, there are 3 key matches. The first was the kickoff finals versus Sentinels after the addition of Jogamo. They cast off the curse of losing in back-to-back finals to take their first ever domestic title.
They got a story going on here.
Fans stopped asking if they could win and questioned whether or not they could even lose. But expectations weigh heavy, and things changed in Bangkok. It was a bumpier ride to the finals versus T1, but they made it there all the same. Then,
Here's the audio.
on the final map, they couldn't catch a break. Talk about key moments. Virtually every single clutch slipped away. Any one of a number of smoke spams, full diffuses, abilities connecting, and they would have been victorious. Instead, they fell in OT. It was disheartening, to be sure, but still, they were right there. It was in their grasp, and people didn't stop believing in them. But that could all change today, because their 3rd year-defining series is right now, versus a 4th in group's evil geniuses that nobody believed in. It sounds insane to say it out loud, but it's true. You fail today, and G2 would lose the chance to defend their title here at home.
Yeah,
G2
what
failed
the
today,
storytelling,
and they lose their
bro?
chance to return to the global stage and do what they couldn't do the last time around. They'd become a team that washed out, that choked, that couldn't quite get it together after Bangkok, and well, we'd forget about them for the next 2 months. Not only that, but the man to stick the dagger in their back would be Icy, the player they didn't even want, the guy they dropped to sign a world champion. Losing today would rewrite the story of their year. It would cease to be about domination, but become about redemption. Even if they were to
Yeah,
go
how
on to
many
win
times do you
nationals,
think you practiced
we'd
this?
still look back on today and see a blight on their record, a stain they could never remove? No. Losing today isn't an option, and it never was.
Yo, Pablo, thank you for the $3, bro.
And hey, it feels
Yo.
that way with the talent team.
How many times do you think he practiced that entire story?
Why do I feel like he hit that on the first try?
Do you think
Like,
that was on the
was-
first try?
Bro, that looks
That
so
was like
seamless,
insane.
bro.
Yeah.
That was so fucking good.
That was fire, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The music, everything was like on cue.
My hair is still standing on my arm.
Like that was fire, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That was W.
They are always a team who bounces back.
Yeah, this is going to be it, folks. The last spot in Toronto is up for grabs. So let's send it down to the stage where Riv is standing by with Coach Potter.
I am here with Potter. We're just moments away from the match, and I have to ask, you're going up against one of the strongest teams we've seen throughout a stage now. It's been since 2023 since that international travel for Evil Geniuses. So what is the focus to make sure you can book your ticket to Toronto and win this match today?
Well, G2 have had a great year so far. They're a fundamentally sound team, and we're hoping to exploit that today. Take advantage of how proper they try to be.
All right, Potter, thank you so much. Good luck in the match. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get this elimination match started. So let's bring out our first team. Make some noise for Evil Geniuses!
All on the line for this team. Evil Geniuses in a position here where they could very well shock the world. And this organization, that coach in particular, Potter, has done just that in the past. With
Who do you think goes for 30 here? Icy or Yay? The Icy Revenge series or the Yay Redemption?
That's the thing, though, right? This team
Holy
is still coming
fuck.
in as massive underdogs. And
Like G2 have a what do they say, like a target on their back, and they got EG got 2 shooters right now, Icy
Yeah.
and Yay.
This is their chance to prove that.
Who's gonna pull the trigger? I think both, honestly. They're gonna combine
I
for
think they're both
70
gonna play
frags.
well.
Yeah.
I feel like I think Icy might play well in this redemption game, low key.
Yeah, I think so
I can
too.
see it.
But now find yourselves in an elimination match as kickoff champs, is the team that's expected to go international. What's the team's focus here to make sure that's a possibility?
Well, EG is a dangerous team for finding their identity so recently, but it's all about taking away their strengths, but also like showcasing ours. And I think we're going to try to exploit everything they showed so far and play our best game today.
All right, good luck in the matchup. Thank you. All right, let's bring out our second team in this elimination match. Their opponents, make some noise for G2 Esports!
And here comes the tournament favorite at one point in time, but now they're in a position no one thought they would find themselves in. Lower bracket, fighting for that last Toronto spot.
It was back-to-back 13-11s that they lost to fall 2-1 against Sentinels. Their first series loss in Americas. Now a chance to bounce back. On paper, this should be an easy match, a super favored matchup, but EG, they have been on a roll.
Yeah, I mean, they have been, right? Of course, huge stakes coming in for G2, but let's also reset the tone a little bit, right? Because like you said, G2 barely lost that series. It's the only series they've lost domestically all year either.
To ascend that it's now in the finals as the top
Very
seed.
true. Very
Exactly. So while yes, we paint this picture if EG are able to do it, it is brutal for G2 until we see the proof. Until that starts happening, G2 maintain as the favorites.
There is no reason why you shouldn't expect G2 to be a brick wall coming into this one and stop the momentum of Evil Geniuses, but they're looking to be a boulder here. Here is, of course, your series layout. You got Lotus, Split, Pearl, if necessary. What we make of this series layout here, team?
I think it's 2 good maps, honestly, to start for G2. EG's been really strong on Lotus, and I want to see G2, starting on the defense, put a lot of emphasis into punishing the B lurks.
Am I ready for EG here?
Tons of priority of getting people into B, and their mid-rounding is almost always like 10-15 seconds on the clock, late round pivots. If you're going going for nuclear plays, punishing that lurk, and flushing out Superman, you absolutely diminish what Nature can do in the mid-round.
Yeah, those lurks are of a big importance. I think also once EG go onto the defensive side, EG play through that front B space a lot. It was something that Crew weren't really trying to exploit up against them really whatsoever, and I'm expecting G2's...
You can sleep good after the stream. It's only 5. By the time this ends, it'll be like 7, 8. I'll probably go to bed at like 1 AM or something, so I'll be up for like another 5 hours after.
They've looked on point with the Yoru comp there. I say that's one of the strongest maps for G2. A great place to go, especially if they can steal away Lotus from EG.
Yeah, of course, map 3 Pearl, I believe, right? Was what
yes, sir.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting you're saying like steal Pearl away or steal Lotus away from EG2 because G2's Lotus has been
They're both
lights
really
out
good. I mean, they
all
were
year.
They had the crazy streak on the map for
just
a while.
not losing. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of comfort there for both teams, which is going to make this first clash that much more interesting. Agent Select coming up here in just a second as we see what our team is going to be opting for here, see if we get any shenanigans. But of course, you're going to see that Clove coming up for Ye.
Yep. Same composition here with Ye on the Clove, Icy picking into the Rays. We've seen this one quite a bit from EG thus far this year. I'm just excited to see if Icy and Ye can keep form. They've been so good on this map. They have been the reason that EG have made this playoff run happen. But he's going to have to do it against the guy who took his job. One of the best duelists in the world.
Sign me up. This is the series of all time. If Icy's going to prove the haters wrong, if Icy's going to, scream in G2's face, this is the match to show up.
This is the moment. Masters Toronto is on the line.
This would be crazy if Icy just pops up like crazy, bro.
Let's make some noise and get ready for this one. You got your casters. It's, of course, Brent and Sideshow on the call.
Thank you very much, gang. Yeah, ready to get into this one here, and the stakes have been set up beautifully, honestly. They couldn't be simpler. Win and define your year generally, and I think Korea's on the line with it alongside it, because G2, all expectations for them to be making it to Toronto, of course, but they find themselves facing off against an unlikely foe, which is EG in that lower bracket.
And the last 2 matches for G2 have been remarkably good games.
Yeah.
I'm so used to seeing G2 just slaughter their opponents. We thought there was a big gap in Americas between G2 and the rest of the pack. Turns out, you look at their loss to Sentinels and a really tight win that G2 managed to get over 100 Thieves. Oh, they are great games. Nail-biters, edge of your seat kind of stuff. And if you look at this match, G2 have a serious chance of missing Toronto.
Yo, where are they showing ISO? No one's even playing ISO.
Which of those would you say was more unlikely at the beginning of this stage?
That's absurd.
I don't even know.
We're seeing that slow beginning. EG are known for, they're defining themselves. Josh RT saying in that interview, hearing from him, that EG are a dangerous team. They're finding their identity. Heating up at the right time.
And that's this double walk forwards that you heard from Mimi. Icy and Ye, the 2 players that are so good right now in the playoffs, putting pressure early on and doing damage to Jonah P, who still has full breach util apart from that stun. Using a flash to go and re-clear into B, just in case someone had taken a timing. And now it's Valen who has to back off as the door is open.
It's got to respect a lot of the space that's being taken up here by EG. Jogamo looking to contain, maintain control as well over towards A Rubble.
And this is really crucial because we've seen games where Superman just dominates by taking this really late A-lurk timing. A very standard slow round from EG so far, seeing if they can work a lurk, but generally grouping over towards C-mount.
Yeah, now you might see the hit come through, but still that util was safe for a rainy day. G2 had it in their back pocket.
Are they going to commit to this? Yeah, I was going to say, they have everyone to see there.
Quick little pivot now. Cheeky.
W satchels.
Be waiting with open arms to try and absorb most of this pressure.
Oh my god.
With Nature dropped into the play. Jogo already finding
I don't know how Jonah P got away with murder.
EG going hunting for any chance to lay claim to this side plan.
Oh, he killed the guy with high HP.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Icy.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wow.
He killed a guy with high HP. That was insane.
Yeah.
What a pivot from EG.
That was crazy.
7 control, the rest of the team gets stuck a little bit in the choke point. Jonah, despite his weak health, did everything he could. But Icy's kill onto Trent really opened the door. You're going to see a ton of this. EG, doesn't matter how much pressure they apply throughout the early and mid round, which generally they're going to be quite slow, it's the late round where all the action happens.
Nice, let's go. Come on, baby.
The last 30 seconds
Oh, he's happy.
is just action, team fights, trying to get through the defense and hoping that they've bled out enough utility to make the site hit work.
And a team like EG as well, they've been lucky almost in terms of the opponents they've been playing against, finding this form. I say that because the slow style that they play, it really heavily favors them if a team is ready to opt into them. You know, they play against Cloud9, that's, you know, I think in the back of everybody's minds alongside as well, their wins against Crew, two teams that like to try and take that pace and that action.
But when you look at G2, you're expecting to see a team that deals with this slow-paced style quite well.
Yeah.
They're a great team in terms of their composure, and they're also super happy to play a slower style too. You didn't see them use too much of their utility on the pistol. They didn't try to force a fight into EG. They forced EG to make the play into B, and EG still won.
Here's an attempt at a refight.
No, no,
What a
no.
son.
Coming up with the goods. Icy's
No,
It's
no,
always
no,
these
no. They're
rounds.
all on tree. They're all on tree.
Corralled, cornered, in for a tree.
Always these
Surrounded
rounds.
now, still with a better weaponry. Not too much to worry about for now, but you got to try and see if you can
With
hold
a
on to
bounce?
control of this
That
one.
was kind of nice.
Exchange, and look at this call by EG. Flip
I like
the site.
They flipped it. They flipped it.
Wave has a sheriff here. That's to be more dangerous.
Yeah. 3 tree, one's lower. He's going back to heaven though. Uh-oh, big fight. Wait, what? Yeah, he didn't even see them, did he?
No. He shot at his teammate.
Shot his teammate's head and got 2 kills.
With the weapon that was claimed just a bit prior. But too many targets to overcome, surely. And
Damn.
indeed it is. Weapon's going to be reclaimed at the other side of this one. EG get through his opening rounds relatively cleanly.
Prime Ye is here for playoffs, man.
Yeah,
He's just,
he is.
It's unbelievable how much better Ye and Icy have been during this playoffs compared to, I mean, not just their regular Stage 1 performance, not just kickoff, but like, when have we seen them be this good consistently? We've seen flashes from Icy when he was playing with G2, which that cosmic irony will play out all throughout this match, I'm sure. But like, Ye, it's been a long time since you've seen him at this kind of form. Couldn't find a better moment for either of them.
Looking ahead for a bonus conversion as well. I mean, EG. Here we are. Going to be seeing a fight to be taken here with a Prowler.
Yikes.
Good stun that gets that
Damn.
connection. Icy falls prey to it as well. Still eager to take these fights forwards and leave it hard committed off to the
Oh,
side.
big kill,
I
Diablo.
mean, this is good for EG. They want to take these good fights.
Definitely not to be denied that share of blood, and there's no other response for it.
Not to be denied the ult orb either, so that gets ult online for Ye. He's going to be able to take aggressive fights and still feel pretty confident about being able to
Wait.
go in and get
Oh my god.
afterwards.
Aggro as anything here.
He popped the ult though. He's dead. He's dead.
Chance to shine and make
Yeah.
it
I mean,
he'll
enough,
get-
and that's
oh,
not
he'll
dead yet,
drone,
but guess
I
what?
guess.
There are no targets waiting for you.
He also
Oh,
has
you
smokes for
like.
post
I mean,
plant,
Ye at least
so
is
that's the
gonna
nice
get a little
part.
bit of information. He's
I
gonna
think it was too
realize
far
that
away. He's not
going
gonna get
back
the
to Superman,
smokes.
there's
Yeah,
no
actually,
He can't smoke
back
anything
to
for him.
Quickly,
possibly
this is-
VCT, but it's almost
Wait,
so
can he
far
smoke
flat.
me in? No.
No, he can't.
And it's only Jorg left.
To define into the
my
1v1,
God.
Superman. It's been a star player for them when EG have been trying to get these
Whose
wins
smoke
to
was
look
that?
just as a map.
Oh,
Against
yes.
Jormodo, that's
It's
a
someone
nice
reached.
there.
siege.
How did
Yeah.
that reach?
I have no idea.
Just off a couple of the bullets.
'Cause it wasn't on the
Onto chest
radius.
will do it. Superman is in a sorry state. and
Oh, he
so-
overpeaked.
Jormo
He didn't
Yeah.
go out the jiggles. Nice try. It's a big clutch.
perched
Damn.
up there just onto the slightest of high ground.
And he shuts down the momentum that his former team might have been able to get going early on here. But to be honest, I think you zoom out a little bit, that is a great bonus round for EG. They've done some serious damage to the economy there. Only Jorg left alive. They're on defense side G2 as well, so they don't even get plant money or anything like that to try to boost the economy. It's going to really hurt. They're going to be coming into the next round with light armor, guardians, this kind of stuff. If somebody on EG wanted, they could pull out an outlaw. Like, Icy with an outlaw right now would go crazy. Josh RT with a little golf clap, but I don't think you can feel like that was the most decisive win in the world. G2's going to have a tough one here. Like I said, no Guardians, but Bulldogs instead. And a judge.
And scraping the bottom of the barrel just to get this buy together.
Leaf's position over here towards the front of B. This is something the analyst desk was talking about. You're expecting double walk-ups over towards B in a lot of these rounds, and Leaf putting himself in this position, expecting that at some point he might get walked on. At the same time though, EG love to default over towards Mound, and then that door could get opened from behind you, and you get put in a really tough spot.
Yeah, not much control for it here. It's EG trying to lay claim to the space over towards A. G2 have been putting a heavy premium on controlling that space. We mentioned it prior, just Superman's lurks,
We've heard them though. Yeah, he hears them.
Up towards C Mound and Ayers. Danger.
I think you're right.
Leaf could be in.
Leaf's going to be hearing a lot of this. Now the question is, do they
This
cut
feels
noise,
scripted.
open the door and flush Leaf out, or is this a commitment?
Potentially. Narrowly avoiding there with a fault line, but here's the paranoia on
What?
He gets that kill.
Not going to be doing too much at all.
Jogamo.
Wow.
From the side, it's Jogamo laying claim to the
Oh, they
site.
didn't see Viper, but
Deny them
time?
a chance to set past the threshold, and they should be aware of this.
Timing here.
He's been doing it against
Yeah.
teams.
He doesn't expect him here.
What was the tail end of
Yeah.
stage 1? Trent
Oh, that
Wow.
was a chance though.
locked right onto the
Yeah.
head. Superman dropped. Now Derek's left to pick up the pieces in this one.
No
in a
time,
1v4.
15?
15 seconds left
Yeah,
remaining
he
into the
can't win
round.
this.
Extremely unlikely indeed.
Oh, wow.
Inclination
Shit.
as to where Trent was, but
Oh my God!
do it, and they are
How's he
right
alive?
behind you.
The spam was crazy.
Idea Of how Superman is going to be lurking. This is caused
Through the
off
box,
lots
just
of
the warning
teams.
shots.
We heard the
Didn't do
other
no
stats
damage,
talk about
right?
the fact that you wanna be
Huh?
flushing out these
It did like no
lurk
damage, I feel
players.
like.
What's caught other players off, for
They only hit him
Is
like in the toe a little bit.
Is it the
Hit him for
lurks
like
come
20
so
damage maybe.
late on? Like this is 25 seconds left on the clock. Still watching for a lurk at that point in the time is tough. Not many teams play that slow. Now, I do want to give a lot of credit to Leaf there. You might not have thought that he got much action done in that round with his judge, but he heard all the rotates. And he told his team to go and stack C, and Jorg was there in time to get the double spray down and support Valen, who got stunned up. That's the kind of information you need when playing against EG. The info game is so important because EG's worst enemy is going to be the clock.
Yeah.
They're hitting sites with 25 seconds left, so if you can find the right read in the late round without getting punished for grabbing that information, you're hunky-dory.
G2 been making sure to save a lot of their util for these late hits into the round here. EG, no switch up in pace. They've taken this one very slowly indeed, just looking to see if they can get a couple of ults online for next.
They're just playing every round like slow. They're waving a guy and then they're formatting elsewhere to like pressure and see if the worker can get the kill.
B control. The macro game being played pretty well by EG so far, but remember, it's just sheriffs.
Yeah. Spike is going to be steadily making its way over towards A here.
And
a lot of uncertainty.
It is tough to gather information over here with Superman's
30
wall.
seconds left.
That's
Rosa.
expended. Okay.
That's a really large expenditure.
Yeah, this is the Rosa right here.
There'll be someone home at least onto the side, but G2 have completely evacuated.
Dropping spike.
Almost near dimensional.
Viper
drift.
ults?
Even
They're
gonna
gonna-
use that
oh
by
no,
Jogamo.
we'll
Wants to
feel
get
off.
that extra information for his team. There's a late backstab that potentially could be occurring. Derek,
seconds
up
left.
the gut through mid.
Can't find the lurker, though.
That plant's going down.
Yeah, they might not be aware of him.
Angle, Sheriff in
Oh,
hands,
close.
and, it's a nice little peek there from.
Trent is watching it.
I'm just watching it.
Aware of this one here is a rolling thunder even being committed in Superman.
Trent timing?
Sent up, round to the side,
it won't matter.
He deals with him. It's a swift hand necessary. Still two
Rockets.
shots.
That was
All it
fun.
takes to Derek.
Yeah.
Finally coming alive and activating in through that
They need to buy
backstab.
more time, though. They need more
If
kills.
nature whips here.
And this is applying the pressure indeed.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
he got them all.
Oh.
Wasn't a shot. Still, they haven't cleared out nature. They haven't cleared out these
Wait.
players. Rooted into place.
Oh.
EG have a decent chance of this. And the time to try and push them out.
Oh, that's
But
not
the pressure
fun.
maintained.
Damn.
Word of the day for a team like G2. And
Damn.
there's a real chance here for Derek. See if he can clean it up.
You're talking about composure. I was worried watching that from G2's perspective. They weren't getting onto Icy, who was holding it backside. They weren't clearing out the pit. But they know better than me. They still had the patience to be able to slowly group up and clear it out, make sure that they were double facing their opponents, and just rely on the better weaponry. I was getting confused about the time. I thought they were potentially going to end up getting into squeaky territory there, but cool, calm, collected. And G2 get into the lead here.
Yeah.
But the ults favor EG right now.
It's very important, I think, to not get flustered when the time gets low in these spots against a team like EG here. An attempt to try and take this one up and over towards the top. There's a flash to supplement. Quick TP back there with a gate crash. Back to safety. Opening pick. You're going to be happy with that one if you're G2.
Absolutely. A lot of teams brawl with EG at the start of this round, and they just can't quite handle the early round utility that they're using. That metal can be real nasty. So getting into a clean 5v4 is going to help a ton, especially because Icy is that tip of the spear that dives in on the XX. And if you don't have that with 30 seconds left on the clock, who the hell's going to be going in making space for you?
Jorgamo.
Look at Jogamo. Look at Jogamo, bro. This is a
I
crazy
don't
thing
know
to
about
do.
this. Yeah, this is
a
crazy.
crazy thing to do.
Lying in wait here.
Wait, he passed the drone though. Wait a minute. They think it's clear, but oh, left.
Looking for options. Looking.
Oh my God, Jogamo's on your left, bro.
Danger here, crossing
Oh
out
my
into
God.
Oh my God, the timing here.
Oh,
Oh, it didn't work out.
It was looking promising though.
Yeah. He wasn't sure what to do with that timing that he had.
Yeah, the tails are going crazy right now.
Holy shit.
Close
What
in,
is
close
happening?
in. They don't know.
They don't know.
Holy fucking Radage. Holy fucking Radage.
He's found one of his own. Already taking this space up to B.
Oh my God.
Oh
my God.
EG are running laps around them, the
How
geniuses.
do they do it?
Timings on timings on timings, with the clock ticking down at all times. That's
That was a
absolutely
crazy
remarkable.
round.
Ye gets into a weird position. Superman's lurk eventually pays off as well. And there's poor Derek with the spike, just wondering where he's going, getting pulled from site to site, trying to find a safe location. But Superman's 2 on B were perfect.
The jiggled
Valin
tap in the
in
head.
an essentially impossible situation.
Not long for the word. If Derek can
Gaming
land that
save,
one,
damn.
he does. So 3-3. EG proving that he can really dish it out against the gun rounds.
Things get so chaotic in the late rounds for this team, though, don't
Yeah, they do.
Sometimes you wish that they would pressure the sites just a little bit earlier so they had more wiggle room. But here, 25 seconds left on the clock. Superman essentially has to win both of those 1v1s that he catches the timing on in B. Otherwise, even if Jonah trades him, Jonah's going to be there, denying the spike from getting planted. And Ye talking about, I don't know how I got into that position, but I made it work. A stinger by now for G2. They've been deadly with these. Can they convert?
Often on the attack side of themselves.
Wow,
Damn,
that's crispy.
that was very fast.
Collects his kill. Ice is going to be dropped. Didn't stop EG in the prior round, but we'll see if it helps in this one right here.
Yeah, they had a clean 5v4 in the previous round. No Icy, and just the lurkers getting the job done. And now you see G2 holding a much more aggressive control over Rubble, trying to deny Superman any entry, and that spam for Jonah P, and it works like a charm.
Sometimes better be lucky than good. Jonah P is both. So
nope.
He's got it in spades, really, hasn't he? G2 have really aggro positions now out towards B, and they are primed and ready here with the door opened up and a fault line towards it. It's a bit of a spray down, spam down. With guns in their hands, happy days for G2.
And I think this macro is beautiful from G2. Complete control of Rubble with 2 players. Jorgamo gets posted. Then they control the front of B, an open door in case C gets punished. I think they can use this system quite a lot to abuse EG.
Good tap from Derek, but not anticipating the position there from Valin.
Yeah, that wasn't even close.
So they lock down A Rubble at the start of the round. And EG are not a kind of team to be doing big reclears of A. They do it a little bit, but they're kind of hoping that by applying pressure elsewhere on the map, Superman will be able to just activate on a lurk. I wasn't even spanned through smoke. Caught a glimpse of it right before the wall went up at B.
The flawless response.
And then what you saw from G2 is once they had that Rubble locked out, they were going to be able to re-clear towards the front of B with about, I don't know, 40 seconds left on the clock, something like that. So they're pretty confident it's not going to be a B hit. Open the door towards C. That's where you know EG has to be, and you're pinching them from both sides while they're focused forwards. I think they can run through that a couple of times unless Potter makes a crucial adjustment here in the timeout.
Potter timeout's usually pretty good as well. I mean, when we've done some listen-ins, we've had
Yo, Mitch Q. Chi, thank you for the prime sub. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
With a couple of core game plans and being able to diagnose what's going on with the team right now for EG, it seems like okay against other teams have been getting away with Superman with his late lurks out towards A Rubble with the heavy premium that G2 are placing on it, having control. The later those rounds go, it really does limit the options for a team like EG.
Yeah, we'll see what the adjustment is. We've already had a look at rounds where EG's lurks have been super effective. In the pistol, I think it was, maybe round 2, something like that. They double walked up with Ye and Icy towards front B. There's definitely options for EG. It looks like they might want to put a bit more of an emphasis on controlling Rubble at the start of the round, though, of course, we see Nature with his Fade utility leaning C at the start. So probably another slow beginning for Evil Geniuses.
Damn, IC's been the best player in playoffs so far. Is what that
Overall?
yeah, that's what that stat showed now. He's leading all players, unless I mean in the server. It said
no
he's
way it's overall, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
It said he's leading all players in damage per round, ACS, and KD.
What?
Sometimes Jorgamo gets set up initially, but he is on a bit of an island. The Gatecrash is going to be running out soon enough here. Vulnerable. There it is. Did it out. Jorgamo is going to be trying to piece.
Wait, what?
Oh wow, he died to the
Rockets.
Yeah, and he was vulnerable.
Still left on lots of options here. G2
Damn.
who react accordingly. Gonna shore up the defenses over towards C with that Viper's Pit.
Is he just walking in here, dude? You see this?
Yeah.
Isn't this ballsy as fuck? I mean,
That's
I know
a
you
good
heard
play.
of it, but still. Oh,
no, that's a good play.
Off to the side as well, but barely stays alive. Straight bullet.
Oh, the Seeds didn't get.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, the Seeds didn't even do anything.
Yeah. 3v5.
Lurks on lurks. Leaf.
Viper ult? Nope, they don't need it.
Does not win the fight out. Not against his
They
adversary.
should save.
It's just been amazing
I don't
for
know.
EG in
It
these
should,
last
but.
few rounds.
Doubled up towards heaven. Discipline from EG. Translate, but again, a lot
Damn.
of space out here. Damage done to a lot of them too.
Winnable? Nah.
Nah.
No one
This
from
is a
EG
save.
willing to give him an easy target.
I mean, shit, he's going for it.
Attempt to try and clear the way through.
I guess they have low money on EG. Do damage.
Yeah, orbs are good too. Orbs are always good.
Potential options here. Trent taps. Here's the footsteps. Gets the kill.
Well, you could have
time is
it.
running short now. That's the one commodity that he really needs into
Oh,
this.
good timing on the
Knows
peak.
it.
Yeah.
Plays the time down.
Perfect timing.
4-4.
To perfection on the clock as well there. That was right before Trent was about to get half on the spike. Superman, though, it looks phenomenal in these kind of spots. I mean,
Damn.
this play is lovely. What a great play that Potter cooked up coming out of the tag timeout. But Superman gets such a crucial kill there onto Jonah P and turns around and deals with Leaf. So he controls B main, and then he goes back and deals with the flank, with the lurk. Beautiful stuff. This was the map where Super put on a masterclass performance against Crew, and that was really where the tide turned and people started waking up and paying attention to EG.
Here for G2, different look at things. Operator in the hands of Jorgamo, want to try and set him up. Odin spam as well. They're pouring absolutely everything into this one here. You got to be careful, Nature. You can narrowly sidestep, but just onto that angle, not anticipating. The G2 are just going to overload them.
Yay and Icy, they got posted up early towards B main and left Yay here as an insert. So you've got to imagine that they're looking to try to pivot through Blue Room. First, they'd have to deal with Trent. There would be Odin spam as well, coming through this wall, through to the Blue Room, if they decided to pivot like this into B. And then, of course, Leaf is tucked towards B.
Oh, they're walking into the ops. Is scary.
Smokes to obfuscate. Here in the drone now, you're going to know inclination, of course. Step their way forwards into that. Leaf denies that chance. Over towards Yay now and just backs himself.
Wow.
Away. Jorgamo.
What a shot.
Once more steps to the side.
What?
Dismissal, but a spam into
He
the
just spammed him.
Okay, Superman's found that one still. Ults are going to be offloaded. This is G2 not really just trying to not lose control of the round. I think they've achieved that completely. Jorgamo is just running.
Nah, Jorgamo's playing fucking different game.
Yeah.
This guy's literally fucking running around 316.
To seal it all the way up.
He's feeling it.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. G2 take the lead just by one.
Low key, EG need like 7 here on attack.
I can't believe they picked Lotus if they're 9-0.
Who's in there?
G2?
Oh, G2? Damn.
Flick shots and spray the ground, assuming that he'd won the round. And then holding it with one bullet in the operator. He was feeling himself in the op in this round. He hit a nasty shot on Nature.
I mean, they must be like super confident or something. I don't know.
It must be an anti-strat, but
Maybe.
NRG tried the same thing and they lost.
I moved backwards, and as
Yeah.
soon as I moved backwards, he peaked, so I just can't shoot.
They had breach util coming from Tree. They had a paranoia coming from C. So much cross map pressure to apply onto EG, who are now knocked down onto an eco.
Still up against this operator in the hands of Jorgamo. No catching him. Back out and away here, but a tempo increase by EG is called for. No slowing down.
Oh no.
access to the
I see had the piss around. That was all his kills.
confidence in their ability. Try and play retake here.
But they are going to be playing retake with an off. And an Odin. Could be slightly challenging.
Derek, and he spots it. He hears it. That pressure coming from the side. He's only got that.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Way whatsoever.
She gunned him
now he's
down.
going to be the thorn in their side. G2, do they get a move on? They got to worry about their backs the entire time this is occurring. Trent is forwards as well.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my
No.
god. Oh my god. Oh fuck.
The tail nerf.
Oh
Oh my god.
He just found out today Tech was nerfed.
Oh no. Wait, what's happening? Everyone's dying.
To put the squeeze down onto Ye, leaves it just
Can't-
down to
oh!
Derek. He's the one
Time?
to try and make it
He has
happen.
it. He has it. He has it.
Yeah, narrow.
He does have it
narrow
by
margins.
1.5.
Super close. Less than a second by the look of things. Oh,
Damn,
Wow.
he knows
gonna
his
be
shit.
able to get the job done. That is so similar to the round that we saw earlier when EG were on an eco. EG take the site, and G2, they're trying to play it slow, trying to play it controlled, but there is
Damn.
chaos.
Yeah.
And credit to them, they've won both of those situations, but dude, Derek just fried Leaf at Blue Room. Do we really need to see this again?
He was painting a picture. He only hit one bullet.
He literally painted a picture. Was she Ewing at the spray?
C2.
6-4. EG
Who knows?
putting pressure on, but remember, they won the pistol. So since then, have only won 2 rounds. It's not actually good in the scoreboard
Oh,
department.
come on, brother.
They're just
Stop
being
his fucking
so
guns.
easy. Yeah.
Jorgamo, he's getting so active.
Like if they were gonna prower, just prower or wait for it.
Contacty approach with
We're
the
just
heavy
speaking
works.
before it.
It just runs into the operator.
That's the problem for them here. Leaf is tucked to the corner, a bit out into the open. Is this icy offload him?
Oh my
What the
god.
fuck?
He was about to fry him.
Save yet.
He was about to fry him after his teammate didn't save him.
Wait, this big kill on Leaf.
What is the reaction now from EG?
Icy versus
Push
Leaf?
into CT, try and dominate some control, flip the map in some way or form. Maybe there's a chance for them. Despite that player disadvantage.
What a
Yeah.
stun, dude.
Wow.
What a paranoia, dude.
Expectations to wrap around again. EG thought they could get
What an ult.
towards it. Armageddon now
Doesn't do
laying it
anything.
down, and this is nature with no
Oh.
chance
Damn.
whatsoever.
A beautiful round from G2.
Damn, that Utah.
They push
Wow.
fully out through A, dominate the player that's in the lurk kind of position, Superman, who was tucked towards front B. And then that stun for Leaf, who was alone over towards CT, they knew would be under pressure. What a read this is. They know exactly what the adaptation is going to be from their opponent.
Low-key, I feel like Icy should have just like taken
That's
that
the
gunfight
G2
way
you're
sooner.
expecting to see on this
Like
stage.
just square the
Yeah.
space, be like, yo, there's no one here, they're gonna go waterfall heavy.
They lost the Sentinel.
Or like
The
kill the
timing was
guy.
like a couple seconds off, right?
Yeah, he just stood there.
He
should have went forward.
Very reasonably already from these playoffs. But they persevered, and they've had an opportunity to stamp authority on this. And actually, in both of those series, they kind of wiped the floor on the first map. They looked utterly dominant first map. And then their opponents started coming back into it. Can EG close out the half strong?
That is the G2 effect.
What?
Dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Superman not to be denied, not to be dropped.
That is actually crazy.
That snap as well to Jorgamo is something else entirely. Derek wants to try and contain this space. Holding a bit of his U-turn.
What?
Wow.
That gap is insane.
He picks it perfectly. Rolling thunder forwards. Armageddon
Wow, the satchel.
The satchels!
Oh, it didn't matter.
What?
Heavy weapons guy cosplay.
The flank.
That's a bullet to the brain.
Dude.
And the final round.
That Viper
Wow.
though, it's winnable.
EG barely carved out a path here.
I feel like this is so hard to win. For
So
EG.
what? It's hard for
So
EG?
hard to, yeah.
Yeah, low key, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
Anything can happen in these kind of rounds. Nature trying to make it.
I feel like Nature needs to get kills.
I was gonna say he needs to like play in front of the Viper or like default or something.
Wait, I like the spot from Superman. You don't expect him to be here.
Do they have the comms
With the Viper ult, you expect him to be tree, right?
Assume so.
Yeah.
Jorg knows he liked him.
Oh, what a
Paranoia is
paranoia,
good.
bro.
Nature has to be the one to try and hold this one
Dude,
down.
what a
He tries to
paranoia,
Wow.
position of Jordan
dude.
B now. Stand up against this
Wow.
one. It's relentless. No mercy whatsoever.
There's a Viper,
Surely
Maui.
in hand you get the one, but how do you get the
Oh
rest?
my
You just
god, they're so
cannot.
good.
If he Maui'd, he literally wins that.
G2
Bounced it off the wall?
wrap up
Yeah.
this first half, a low
You just
tip,
have to like say
8-4.
fuck it, just throw it.
Yeah, this,
They're gonna
this
pre-fire
spot is
you.
exposed as
Won the
fuck.
pistol.
Yeah,
So
you're
after
just
that
gonna get
pistol
pre-fired.
follow-up, It's basically been perfection from G2. A statement opener to Lotus, a map that EG picked. But G2, it's probably their best map as well, if we're being honest. This is a tough one for EG to take, and it's going to get even more difficult, I would argue, with them on the defense side.
Wait, what the fuck? Did you get hit with ads?
You mean halftime ads?
Yeah. Oh, it's halftime?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought there was more to that half.
Nah,
I was
that's all we
locked in.
got,
I was
man.
locked in.
Zero is here. 100% wings with monk fruit extract.
15 more minutes. Yo, good morning, Adam. No, I'm watch Friday the whole entire thing. So, whenever this is finished. Eight for a half. I feel like this is so hard for EG, bro. I'm not playing until Monday. Adam.
Now, only one of these teams can make it to Masters at Toronto, of course, and tickets are on sale right now. And you can scan that QR code to secure your spot at one of the biggest global events of the year. Watching in Toronto, Canada, and yeah.
You've sold me. I'm buying 8 of them right now.
Good chance for reception.
Scanning those tickets. I mean, on one side of things, you could get to see Ye playing against Crazy Guy for the Bleed Beef match. On the other side of things, you might get to see G2 defend their opportunity to go back to the grand finals. So, yeah, take a look. See if you can book your tickets. But I don't know who's going to make it here. That's what makes this match so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because everybody would have been predicting G2.
G2 have got a very hot start to the beginning of this series. 8-4. EG's map pick, of course, like opting to bring G2 to Lotus, which, listen, G2 have been no slouches at the entire year. It's a brave choice, it's a bold choice, and clearly come prepared. As tension, I think, in the posture and the shoulders of some of those EG players maybe realize.
If I'm on, I'm on. Whenever I'm on, I'm on.
League entirely, and starting to open up here, EG.
I'll be in the servers.
Up their sleeves. Get an early advantage potentially there, but okay, it's spotted out. Valen's going to be seeing it. Early pressure out towards B.
I'm not sure if they were expecting a single lurk player there, or whether they thought it was going to be a B pistol from G2. But either way, EG didn't find too much, and now because the door opened on A, they were reading that it was an A hit. You saw the rotation from EG, starting to lean over there, and then when the drone came out from Trent, they're like, hold on, we don't know where it's going right now. So you see EG's defense kind of scattered currently, lacking info.
Incredibly passive. Could draw a line all the way back. I mean, it's
Chilla piece 16 and 7? Jesus.
It really is.
Is that fit crunch? Yeah. That shit's fire, brother.
On either side. The drone, though, is gone from Derek, or in fact,
he didn't even buy
never bought it.
Yeah.
So they don't really have a way of gaining info beyond Icy just kind of jiggle peeking this. Could get punished.
Unknowns definitely could get punished. 35 seconds left. G2 trying to give EG a taste of their own medicine.
30 seconds left.
Yuta really expended, as we've already mentioned as well, and still down.
He killed the wrong guy.
Low key, right?
Yeah. Orb is going straight up, and it puts EG into a pretty nice spot. 5v4 now to try and play this one into the retake, looking to potentially flood in and waiting for the right cue.
Wait, the spawn push, bro. They're not. Oh, they are.
Over towards blue room.
They're going for a walk of their own. Is it going to be into
Oh my god, timing.
G2 just wins matches off timings, bro. It's cringe.
Wow.
Wait, what?
Nature does his best to try and reclaim some space off to it, but Trent
Oh my god.
deny it, and damage is done to it.
Oh my god.
Jonah P? Wow. Oh my god. Superman and Nature just hit some crazy shots.
Wow.
Wow.
Nature just spanked him with the pistol. He just got 2 super important kills, denying.
Which one's the Nature get? From heaven?
You're so right. EG.
Yeah.
Ah, look at that. That's how Leaf falls at the beginning from Icy. I thought it was through
What
a
the
smoke.
fuck?
But here's that other push, completely caught Derek and Icy off guard.
Oh yeah,
I thought
these
that was
two,
it.
yeah, that's
Nature
right.
turns around and deals a death blow
And then
back to G2.
Superman as well.
Yeah.
See
Wow.
what it means to him.
Yeah.
They needed that for a chance.
Back a little bit.
And here comes G2 on the force. They've been doing this quite a lot since the beginning of Bangkok. When they force in situations like this, they have a 75% win rate. That's absolutely ludicrous.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, G2 is winning this round.
But they're winning 3
Oh, never mind. Viper's
Actually-
here. Viper's here. If it was just Echo, not a chance.
Wait, they got timing. They got timing. They got timing
Wait,
again.
the same shit
Oh my
again.
god, it's deja vu. That keeps happening.
That's like the easiest jump spot.
I see that happen so much recently.
That's crazy.
And how do you bounce back if you're EG? Difficult indeed. An abundance of util as well, pushing them all the way back and away. That's a paranoia. Delaying this attempt and take.
This
EG
Owl
trying
is
to
so
get
hard
themselves
here.
into this one. Outlaw in hand, not the weapon of choice for Icy. But he's got to make 2 stuns.
What a stun.
Ricocheting, rebounding here.
Wow.
That's the goal!
Just G2 at their best.
Wow.
How do they always win the second round, dude? I hate G2. I'm just kidding. I love the players wholeheartedly. But they are cringe, bro. I'm just kidding. They're just good.
Dude, they gave him so much space.
I mean, it's just fucked off this first kill. I'm not gonna lie. This
Yeah.
happening is like, might as well just call it a day.
They're winning
Yeah.
now more than 75%, like 77% or whatever after this round. But they're still only forcing a third of the time when they lose pistol. Do it more often, man.
Yeah.
Do it more often. It's outrageous how often they're winning. When they
Oh, and Bones, thank you for the primes. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
The attack side and they get the plant down.
And it's the wind taken out of the sails of these EG players. Thought you were going to get a bit of respite, but not quite. And they hear that.
Oh my god.
That's a full line, that's a salvo.
Ooh, they're lucky to
Wow.
escape.
Yeah, well, only just the
No,
one.
they're not.
Yeah, Icy's going to be dropped. Risk to be taken here for these EG players. Yeah, hoping to get lucky. So they're going to be spotted going walkabouts.
And what's wild about this force buy strategy too is because it delays the rifle round by 1 round, you get close to those ults that you can use to snowball the attack side. And it's Trent actually.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, Sen Classic.
And Superman, he's under the pressure right now, but he's really taking control of the map and potentially this round entirely.
Wow.
Spot with the right click. I just want to say unlucky to not get the kill there.
Look at north side as well.
Leave has to contain this one. He needs to do it cleanly.
Nah, Leaf is doing tricks on it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Nah.
He did all that just to
Who the
die.
fuck are you?
He's fully healed
Jeez.
up, but only for a moment. It's going to be fading before you know it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh Diablo.
Back the years.
2022 Yay is here.
Bro, why do they always say that shit? Yay, rolls back the years.
Well,
Isn't that like fuck? They always say like, oh, rolls
is it
back
like a
the years.
backhanded compliment?
Yeah, it just like feels backhanded. It's like you're in the future now. You're supposed to be better than before, like, bro.
What is that? With the stun.
Yay in the Big 25! I don't know.
Yeah, like, that would have been better.
It sounds backhanded too, low-key. I feel like it's
Just
been
don't
like a
compliment
year
him.
now.
That's what you're going to say about that?
There's no way that's your reaction at the end of that round. And so all of the good side of the force buy from G2.
Yeah, instead of bringing up the year, you just say, Yay does it again.
Basically buy up.
Yeah.
It's like he did it before, he can still do it now.
Dimensional drift forwards here. Gate crash to clear. Pave a way potentially to this C side. EG know this. They've already evacuated.
Something I dislike about EG on this map, they're normally very slow to retake on C. They don't throw plant denial util, and they don't fast retake. Are they going to change things up?
What are we doing? Hello, Buffer? Hello?
That's just you.
Leaf's going to be caught though, just trying to take that timing and that flank still. 4v4, Plant only just going down by the way here, and they're really looking to tango. Takes two of them though. Nature opts
Oh
in.
fuck, the ult.
Already removed it. Still Armageddon.
Wow.
What is
Forward
happening
straight.
in the server, bro?
That's
Play
all around, trying
normally.
to maintain control out towards the side of it.
These Sehos have been crazy today.
Wait, Trent.
And now Trent left into
Oh
the
god, he's
1v2.
thinking about
He's
tail
been
nerf. He's thinking about tail nerf. I can see it. He's thinking about the nerf.
persevere. Stray shots flying towards him.
Oh, he thought about it.
Bro, the jump was perfect.
Yeah, that was so good.
Oh, we're coming for you, Trent. We are coming for you, buddy.
Not willing to go down lightly.
He's nervous, bro. He knows. He knows his time is coming, dude.
Seen from EG on the C retakes. Superman's in, I mean, way early, ridiculously early. But the rest of the team is brawling, scrapping, fighting for space. Jorgamo forced to take that fight because Derek ulted. And there's Teobot on the other side causing chaos as well. Much less controlled, I think, from both teams. Both opting into a little bit of the carnage there. But it's EG that comes out on top. And I didn't think I'd be saying that in this match.
It's 9-7.
G2 come in, honestly, as heavy favorites in this game. But you could have said that about their match.
Yeah, I'm 5 minutes away from 24 hours.
And that one went 3 maps, OT towards the end. And now here again, EG picked Lotus.
Is my stream gonna end or what? It's gonna keep going, right?
Always going to be, no matter how good you are on this map. But here, EG are keeping it within 2, and they've knocked G2 down onto an eco. So in all likelihood, this is going to be a game where there's only 1 round separating these 2 teams. At the beginning of playoffs, it looked like an ocean was separating these 2 teams.
Yeah, we were having talks about, oh, well, is the playoffs going to be a bit boring for G2? Are they just going to be sealing it up all the way through the upper? Not excitement, man. We got excitement, not a chance at all. One of the things that was rattling around my brain before we even got into this series was wondering, are EG going to keep evolving as a team? Seems like every single match they've gone through in that lower bracket, they haven't really been the favorites, but they've stood up to the challenge. They've done well. And they've developed even more as a team. They're finding their style, finding their footing.
I think you can see that evidence of that in this game too. Just in the terms of the way that they were brawling on that C retake, for example, actually. The ultimates are enormous for EG here. But the idea is to not have to use them in this round. You want to save them, if possible, for round 18, when it has the chance of breaking G2's economy again. Leaf has a rifle,
and he could be the danger player there. Definitely opportunities. G2 just trying to play that long con, thinking about win cons later on into the rounds, try and build up, get closer to the ultimates. A Rubble re-clear, Superman.
Wow, what a shot.
Plays control of Rubble, and that's going to mean a lot for them, to be honest. Leaf's going to be dropped. That was the rifle player.
and now they can start rotating people over towards B and A, because they don't have to be worried about C at all. Where are they going? They're going back.
It's this round again.
Over towards C, hoping that there's a bit of a gap over here. 40
The
seconds.
Stingers.
Superman kill 3?
He hears the footsteps, the rumble
I
of
like-
it here with 30 seconds left. That's a drone. To
He ignored the drone. I'm not gonna lie. I shoot the drone
Yeah.
every day of the week.
Anticipated Trent. Can't quite take that one. There's backup
I
arriving.
shoot the
That's
drone
Derek
10
on
out
the
of 10
shoulder.
times right
Straight
there.
shots and bullets.
That was actually smart.
Different direction, but I think this might
This is
be
good.
third,
Discipline.
potentially. Depends
You think
on
like
quite
he
balanced
already in his
team.
mind has it preset if they drone, I'm not shooting it?
I think he did right there, yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like that's good though. Like that's like you take away like a level of like fear almost.
Yeah.
Just gotta be haphazard with it.
But it was an eco for G2. Is Joe going to try to save after he put all of that effort into getting the Vandal back online? Yeah, pretty much. He's been hunted from behind, but he might be able to hold on.
Damn.
Just trying to sidestep most
They're
of the
bringing it
bullets,
back.
can't quite hold on to it. But you are right, Josh. It was an eco.
The thing is, though, look at the ultimates that are available to EG. It's almost everything. They have Ray's ultimate if Icy's sight gets pressured. They got Fade ult for retake. Ye is able to have 2 lives in this round. And Superman at any point can try to reactively pop his ult over towards C and ensure that that area of the map is locked down. Or at least much more challenging.
UG staring straight down the gut of the map here. Is this an aggro play coming from them nice and early? Reminiscent of the pistol. Walk up, tripled up. Making sure that they can try and get a kill or 2.
Wow.
Still to the side of Strogman with a trade, but he's
Oh my god, Leaf jumping on that box. That's you probably thought it was clear.
Yeah, I don't know about it.
He went to actually try to hold the angle.
Double scan as well. Holy fuck, everything's working.
Doing something aggressive in the first 10 seconds.
You didn't even see him. Wow.
Yeah. Wait, is this one shot for Outlaws? One of them is. Watch, she's gonna somehow find Villain.
That's what I was talking about earlier, man. That evolution.
He has
from
Raze ult
EG that we're
too.
witnessing.
This could be dangerous.
It's been slow
He's due
going
for a
into the
pop-off
second
round.
game.
I'm calling it Icy gets 2.
But they've been adding twists and turns.
Oh, he's gonna get Valen.
Unexpected moments. This is a narrow angle.
Oh my god.
No, I'm not gonna lie. That is stream snipe. I don't care. I don't care if I have delay. I'm being stream sniped.
Plan going down. Anything to push this one back. Looks like the salvos are good for it, Derek. Up onto the high ground, but he's going to be meeting his match here with a lot of util.
Dude, they're pushing heaven.
Just delay with the util. So another kill claimed.
How did they just lose this round?
Feels like they've been permanently on the back foot in this round here, but finally with an advantage at least with the players. Yay. We'll look to even the odds. Waiting for a bit of pressure now from Superman. Opens up the door wide, but it's a triple face again. That's an ult popped off. Not dead yet. Not really anticipated. Still without plenty of util. That's a snake.
They did such a good job at singling them.
Oh my god.
His smoke. Smoke the bomb.
No time.
Smoke the bomb. I'm begging you. Smoke the bomb. I'm fucking begging you, brother.
Not anticipating it. Valen with the reposition up towards the high ground.
Did he get it? Oh my god. He's done it again.
What the fuck?
He's done it again.
How?
Oh, Diablo. He does it one more time.
Rolling the years back. Oh no, we're not doing that.
Oh fuck, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. My bad. I got excited.
Not dead, but for a moment, and springs out, hitting ungodly shots. Resurrected and comes back to snap up onto Valen. He had no idea that he teleported onto the high ground. And Potter, gobsmacked, cannot believe what her players are capable of in playoffs. Cold. So cold. A small smile.
Damn, that was cold.
And that's it. He's drawn EG level with G2. And G2 down onto another eco round. EG are now in control of this game. It's unbelievable what they've done.
Oh fuck, it's G2 on anti-eco. This is a scarier round.
This is a scary round. But it's Yay.
But Diablo's here.
Oh my god, he just put him down.
No! Trent said I still have rockets, bitch! I still have rockets for now. Ooh.
Wait, Rizzo. Just don't Rosa.
Rosa. Oh, TP. What's up?
Oh my god,
wow, that was
beautiful.
close. That was a close margin, I'm not gonna lie.
You heard him point, you heard him point.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, how
Oh
is
my
it
god.
Jogamo's alive, uh-oh.
With that rifle reclaimed, Jogo might be able to
If I talk, I'm in big trouble.
Trent forward, damage.
Oh. Jogamo 1v3?
Pointed out now, but this is it.
He might. He just might. Oh, Superman.
Fuck, what a trade.
Damn.
Damn, this game is heating up. Wow.
Big moments here are coming from evil geniuses. We saw Ye's performance in the previous round. Nature hits that crucial stun shot there to deny what could have been a comeback in this round from G2. And look at the string of rounds that the defenders have put together here. 5 in a row. And they forced a timeout from Josh RT.
Has to be hit.
That stun is so good that Trent is throwing. Completely pins somebody in the corner.
Let's go.
And Nature still manages to hit the shot. Take a breather at this tag timeout. It's not quite fit the pattern of G2's game so far.
It really hasn't, nor EG's.
No.
I mean, we were expecting a slow siege, a bit of a, burning at a midnight oil.
Is our last pause? It is.
Hasn't been the case.
Dude, G2's matches have been insane. I'm not gonna lie. All of their games have been so fucking nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
They've dominated, and it's looked like, oh, this is amazing G2, and then, okay, they let it slip a little bit, map 2 or map 3, and things get closer. This, pretty much for the first 8 rounds, and then everything after the halftime, has been dead even. And EG applying the pressure, foot on the gas.
Yeah.
G2 clawing just to stay in this in the final few rounds.
Head above water with everything to play for, of course.
Icy hasn't shown up, but Ye did.
What is it?
I said the Icy hasn't shown up yet, but Ye did.
Yeah, but he's due for it though. Maybe he might close it out for them. Let's see.
Maybe.
Here to play, hoping to stay, and ahead in our opening map, despite a 1 round for now.
Cutting through. Who's next?
Gay crash forwards alongside that ult. Looking for the information here. Spots out the 2. I know that EG are just playing this.
What?
How is Valen going down there?
Oh wow.
Oh, that's brutal.
Was he smoking?
That's a door open wide. EG.
What?
Yay! He's doing it again to a man. And he's out wide into the open. That's an Armageddon force. Oh, back to the
Wait,
side.
this is
Jorimo
confusing
looking
as
to see if
fuck
he
right
can
now.
Pick up these pieces, make anything of the round
What
whatsoever.
is happening?
In the chaos, in the
Oh
seeing his own
my
orb.
God,
Wow.
bro. What is fucking there? Oh my goodness gracious, Lord Almighty. Holy freaking crap.
I don't think GC had any idea what happened.
I didn't know what was happening as a spectator.
So he couldn't really tell that he was stood
Oh
on top of a
shit,
salvo
Villain might
or
be
something?
pissed.
I
He
don't
might
know,
be
I'd love
pissed
to
right
see
now.
He
him
looks
explain how
pissed.
he died in this situation. There's the salvos, and yet, oh no. He just
Wait.
went to decay
Wow.
damage.
Oh, he got decayed and got one shot?
The kid, yeah.
The salvos are inside the ring
What?
there.
Nah, that is the
And they
smallest
knocked
margin
G2
ever.
onto another
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. The form that we're seeing from EG, the moment's going in their direction, and a massive brawl over to.
Oh, there you go.
Icy picks up 2 on the spray angle. You're not coming back from this one.
I mean, you won the round right there. You don't have to keep going here.
You won the round. Let's see if we can give it back to them.
Oh my god.
That's what they're playing for.
Oh, good nade.
Nade rebounds. Quick getaway from Jorgo.
Damn, they're still going forward, bro.
Oh my god.
With all the confidence in the world.
Wow.
Wow, they do not
They're
care.
finding the perfect fucking timing too.
Oh my god.
Holy fuck! Nah, the G.
They are running? They are running down G2.
Opportunities to close out on Lotus.
They're running the best team in
A lot
NA.
of people would be pointing to as G2's best map.
Damn.
They've got a deep map pool, G2. They've got other maps that are great for them. Split and Pearl, they're super fine on those maps too. Don't count G2 out. But if EG are capable of doing it here on Lotus, they might be capable of doing it on a bunch of different ones too. And the run that they've made on this defense is honestly like nothing I've seen against G2. I've never seen a team put G2 in their place like this on this map.
No strangers to the storyline of EG. Scraping by potentially 2023. You remember they barely made it into Toronto. Or into Tokyo, I should say. Finding that peak form.
Hey, holy fuck, he's made a play.
The iron is hot and looks like there was an attempt at potential risk to be taken here. Fight.
Oh. This is a lot of
With
info
the
though.
hook, though, there was cross-map support from nature.
They're here, going fast. Run. Everyone, hey.
Sort of where the comms though.
I think that's how it went.
This could be it. Getting more than dangerous here. There's an Armageddon pushing back towards it. Icy.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Ah, you fuck, you said it.
No. He's not gonna. He's gonna die here. Don't worry.
You said his name.
Is a Viper's Pit. One of the lines of defense of G2 are going to be layering.
No, he's not gonna pop off. You jinxed it.
One way up top is going to mean it's even more difficult. Abundance of utilities flying forwards here. It's gone pound for pound now. Valen has got more in the back pocket, but
oh what?
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
They're starting to move forwards. It's a relentless march here, and they can taste it. The finish
What the fuck is Icy doing? Like a wrecking ball. Ooh, Diablo. Oh my god, ult.
Gonna be all on him. Swing wide from Jorgo.
1v2. Oh, Trent, he has rockets.
1v1. Nature sticking. Half earned. 6 bullets left. Trent down to
Time?
wire. Is there time though?
Oh my god. Oh my god, they did it! They took off Lotus.
Beat them in their first loss.
Wow, on their best map. Holy fuck.
Like G2 with a better team here, and then EG's run on defense.
Yo, Ye just walked off. He didn't even dab anyone off. Day one, he walked. Did you see him go off the stuff?
I didn't see it, but that's funny.
He just walked away.
Bringing back memories of 2022 when Valen's record
You better take a piss. I'm guessing I'll take a piss.
Probably. Against that Optic squad, despite beating them in a North American Grand Final. What the hell have we just watched?
An incredible opening to this series that defines who our third team is going to Toronto. For EG to take it. The peaks in individual form, listen, it's all there.
honestly, just so many moments where the EG players pulled out remarkable stuff. On the attack side, it kept feeling like EG were in positions to win rounds, but then they couldn't get it done. And yet they still managed to claw together enough so that they could.
Ye had like 4 crazy rounds now, like 3 or 4.
Dude, there's
God, what was this?
like for 5 or 6 rounds there, it felt like the rounds were just like so back and forth.
Yeah.
We have been gifted with a series to watch. Eyes are going to be peeled. Nobody's going to be stepping away from this one, apart from us here as well. The analyst desk going to be setting us up nice and pretty for the rest of the series. Do not go anywhere.
Damn, bro, they did it. They beat them.
I don't really like committing to things. I'm scared. But when Verizon announced that I could lock in a low price for 3 years, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Can you hear me now?
This is a little scary. No one's looking at Reginator. Reginator!
Might be too overwhelming for the pool and a whiff. Coming as well, so he's ready for the crosshair.
What?
He's sleeping on the angle. Hold up.
Taking a fight up close and personal. Flash up and over towards the top, running them down, in hand.
The knives are out. This is chaos. This is Alligator running out of time. Oh my.
Am I finishing the series? Of course. Sleep after the game was done, bro. You gotta watch EG get this win. G2 or G2 lost this map after a full year? Yeah. Like their first loss.
However, have the firepower for 2 of these members. Oh my god! Nature takes care of him, but that's just the start. He's gotten it down to 1v1.
Damn.
I am here with Potter ahead of map 2. First off, I gotta ask you a little bit of the evil genius coming out with a pick of Lotus. G2's last 10 games or wins. What was the thought coming out there?
I mean, just activate Yay. Activate Yay. Going into the second half, especially as well, we felt like the first half was definitely ours. 4-8 doesn't feel good for the confidence, but a lot of 1v1s and unfortunate clutches that we didn't come out on top of. But the confidence was there and the problem solving was there in the second half for us.
That's amazing. What's the key to the activation that made the comeback happen?
I mean, it always helps when Yay is just popping off, right? I mean, if Yay is getting deagle kills like that, everyone starts to feel really good.
Potter, thanks so much. Best of luck in map 2.
We couldn't agree more with Coach Potter because, well, Yay, my guy was frying. Let's just show the highlights there because seriously, Evil Geniuses lock up Lotus and a big reason for it, Yay just popping off.
Think about the risk that Potter took picking up Ye during the offseason. He had come off a winless season in NA Tier 2 with DSG. He had come off of a year in Pacific where he only won a match with Bleed. And now he gets this opportunity with EG. Starts disappointing, but oh my god, here in playoffs, it's right back
This was a crazy clutch.
So clutch in
Like,
the second
damn.
half. And remember, you talk about risks that EG took. They picked Lotus. G2 had not lost this map all year. Not at home in Americas, not internationally. Versus
They won 1 for 7 on post plants. Jesus.
teams were able to beat G2 on this map. EG
Holy shit, you see that crazy stat?
And it's crazy because I actually thought
What
their
was
attack
that?
side had some really
G2 won 1 out of 7 post plants.
where they're punishing John the TP.
G2
And this is
won
with
what?
nukes.
Oh
Now think
my
about
God,
without the
no,
nukes.
Trent is actually shaking in his little boots thinking about the Teo nerf. He can't even land the rockets now.
It's crazy.
It really is, but also another part of that success, I do got to give a little bit of flowers to Icy. Had a few moments where he had some greatness there. And in that battle between him and Jogamo, right, the guys who swapped jerseys and went to the other side of the field ender, that matchup did not disappoint.
Yeah, the first half was a little bit hit or miss, I think, for Icy. He got taken down a lot. Both are just like hard angles being held. He also tried to go for that like C boost play with the satchels that he ran in his last series versus Crew. Worked great from there. This time he got shut down. The second half, though, I do have to say there were a few critical rounds where he was able to show up.
Yeah, he looked really nice on some of these retakes for EG. I think that him and Ye together not just are individually excellent, but do a really good job of playing off each other, especially in those retake situations, double swinging, trading each other out. They look really strong as a duo.
Yeah, let's not get it twisted, though. Jogamo was crushing in this opening map. He is not.
Jaw was actually popping off though, I'm not gonna lie.
First one, especially with the
Jaw was playing hella good.
Oh yeah, you know that G2 lineup not satisfied with this at all. Let's actually get some words from the coach at G2 to find out what's going to go down in map 2.
I am here with Coach Josh ahead of map 2. Looking, that map was so close up until it seems like EG was able to kind of temper the aggression. What have you identified that they were able to do that wasn't allowing G2 to get that result?
I think we were in a position to succeed, honestly, and they were able to absorb our aggression. But it came down to these like micro moments towards the end of like a lot of these like post plants where we were just disconnected, desynced, not understanding. And I was just telling the boys like we need to get on the same page here. Whoever wants to lead, and just commit to that call. And there was a lot of those moments that you saw. It was just because like people are overcalling each other, or they're not really like understanding like what the call was. And so uncharacteristically, we were not.
They getting
in
nervous?
those moments. So as long as we take care of that, I feel like our game plans are really solid. We should be able to get to map 3.
All right, I hope to see us on map 2. Thank you so much.
Gotta say,
Are they feeling nervous?
appreciate the honesty of Coach Josh RT telling us what's going on with G2 in the comms there. You can kind of see it, but also one has to wonder, is that Ender because you got an EG team that's got nothing to lose, really, and everything to gain? Meanwhile, on the other side, G2, that pressure, they were top of the world, baby.
Yeah.
And now, they're one game away from elimination.
Definitely pressure on them. I was able to listen in to some of their comms as well, and I hear what he's talking about there, where there was a lot of ideas. I was surprised almost by how many different people were giving ideas of how to play the game, especially Leaf. Leaf was actually driving a lot of the calling, especially on the
Yo, Trout.
strong vision of what he
Rock C, thank you for the tier 1 7 months, bro. Appreciate it. Bro, imagine G2 don't make it, and EDG are not making it already. And then, from EMEA, imagine Fnatic don't make it.
Overexposed, because now it feels like people are just trying, they're waiting them out, they're figuring it out. And
Wait, is this just like a... I ain't gonna say it. Never mind.
Say it.
No, I can't say it. Bro.
This is a team everyone is
Say
winning,
it.
everyone is stealing their comps. Teams are familiar with it. But honestly, I don't think that loss.
No, I'd be in big trouble if I say it. I'll tell you another time.
Okay.
That's what Josh is talking about there with the team looking out of sync. Their post plans in that second half were getting torn apart by EG on these retakes. And yeah, a ton of individual moments. And that scoreline that's already kind of rough, right? Losing 13-9. That's with them winning 2 Stinger Eco.
Imagine T1 don't make it. Didn't they already make it or no? Oh no, they played today to make it.
Not what you want to see if you want to fight for some trophies.
Oh fuck, no, they're in the lower bracket. Oh shit. That's crazy, bro.
Me right. We'll find out on the other side.
You rooting for AG? Yeah. Yo, what's up, Runestar? Did I watch the Heretics match? Yeah, I did. Yeah, bro.
Well, here we have it, yeah, map 2 coming up, which is split, and my word, we have an absolute series ahead of us here. It's already looking like it with, you know, EG taking that first map, completely subverting expectations across the board, of course, and it's what the desk was really saying, I think. I just
Yay, Astra.
more. When you are the top dog, when everybody's watching your games, even if they're not playing against you next week, you have that target on your back. Everybody's learning from you, everybody kind of knows what's
Yo, low key,
your game plans.
I think EG are gonna stomp on this map. Not gonna lie. Yeah. If EG played the way I remember they played in scrims, it's over. Like raps.
They're looking fucking good.
They were looking good on this map.
Their post plans weren't working because they weren't winning rounds, but they only won 1 out of 7 of their post plans. So they were planting the spike 70% of the time, but they actually were only winning 1 out of 7 times. G2 have been defined by how well they play post-plant scenarios. The cringe with the pulls and the salvos, and we didn't really see any of that. They got looped into the chaos and they weren't on the same page. Now they're going to be starting on the attack side of Split. And once again, they're going to have the opportunity, at least in terms of the pulls, aftershocks, that kind of thing, to play some really disciplined post-plant scenarios. Can they pull it off? Or are we just going to see a repeat of the second half of Lotus?
EG going to be feeling good about themselves here, but as you said, it's up to G2 to prove that they can pull it off. Woods.
Diablo dropping 30? Yeah, he might.
BCT is full of unexpected results.
It definitely feels like there's an element of any given Sunday when it comes to playoff games.
Yeah.
What are you crying about?
Wait, what?
Listen, there's a snake bite at the feet on top of it. Jorgamo trying to take that
I missed it. What happened?
Util here. Here's the reaction though by G2.
You saw that?
No, I missed it.
He ran through like the Viper Orb Molly and died for free, kind of.
Oh, damn.
Take aggressive screens control with Leaf, which means he's not going to be in position for salvos.
Let's see what a read is here.
Jonah fighting in mid.
Yep, Jonah, okay, it's a critical one to win out here. Make sure you break that one forwards and over the shoulders is lead and he's
damn.
lane claim.
Those are queen shots.
Wrapping around from IC. Brings it into that 1v2. Jonah P is getting a big move on.
Ooh, I like the fake, bro.
That was good. Throw your name. Oh.
His main though.
From heaven, but Jonah P. That's an aftershock from the side. We were just talking about it. Discipline, buying time.
Gotta kill him here.
Stun is avoided, but time is running.
Oh my god, he did it. He did it. Holy shit.
No, no, no.
That was a what, 1v4?
1v3 again, right?
Holy shit. So Ye had a 1v3 twice.
Ye had 2 1v3s and that's 1v3 right there.
And that's another 1v3.
I mean,
Jesus. And all 3 looked pretty fucking unlosable for G2.
Yeah. Wait, G2 feeling the pressure of the hate watch? Holy fuck.
They're getting nervous.
Our hate watch is getting to them.
But Icy stays cool throughout it all, and he's 4-0 to start off this map.
And here's a G2 force.
Yeah, again, of course it is. Seeing this on both maps, because on the attack side, they lost the pistol both times, but managed to get the spike down and get a bunch of kills, so the money looking good. Good enough, in fact, to get Leaf a Guardian.
We're going to try and do this one again. Drawn forwards. Fuel and attack there, saved by Superman, so obfuscating quite a lot and just walking, stepping forwards. They expect this one. That is a cheeky angle. Icy. Don't expect to clear that one whatsoever, but this is a rapid take of the space by Valen. Jonah P at his back.
And so now they're going to be set up to try to pinch in onto A. They know roughly where Icy's backed off to, but you got to be a little bit worried about ramp. Leaf clearing that out with the help of the salvos, and now Heaven is the focus.
EG already playing back towards it. That's a great stun, though. Icy forced to commit into that fight. On top of it, another one out through CT.
And Phantom delivered over into the hands of Jonah P.
Flash forwards though, they want to take this fight, they want to get active. This is EG looking to at least slice up the map, trying to define themselves here and set themselves up nice and pretty before the spike is even in play. Yay!
Wait, did you see what EG did this round to win it? And it wasn't even close?
No man's land. Leaf left to do it all, to pick up the pieces in a spot like this, but there's just no chance, no hope whatsoever. Stun. Lay it down early, slow to a crawl. Wall up, but a timing to be taken. It's all watched for EG. Swift dismissal.
Circus Spain? Oh, I see. I'm gonna tell him after.
And a great start to their defense side again.
What happened, Max?
Almost certainly
I said, did you see how they won that anti-eco and it wasn't even close?
really have the money here, didn't
Yeah.
get too many kills, didn't get the
They bought 4 stingers on EG. They said, fuck the bulldogs, fuck the rifles. There were 9 stingers in that lobby. They made it an even ground.
They literally fought. They literally made it 50-50 and still won.
And he's got
Yep.
good reason to be excited. EG, one away from getting up to their Raze ultimate. This snowball could be devastating for G2.
Doesn't show any signs of slowing down. Up and over the top, this is all players of G2 grouped up. The slow siege as well, looking to see if they can get access over towards the A side.
Yo, Justine, thank you for the prime, so I appreciate you.
Cuts it up nicely. Clearing most of the way with a bit of salvos. Stun out on both sides.
Oh, you lived that? Holy
Oh my
fuck.
god. Oh my god. What's
Oh
happening?
my god.
Wait, 3v3. Wait, he's getting flanked.
Oh no.
Oh!
Oh no.
Ooh. 2v2 still?
Brings it into that 2v2. Rifle picked up.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Committed. That's a fake.
Making Ye flinch. They're making my go flinch. How dare they?
Looking for a bit more advantage to feel safe enough to plant.
And this game has been a real test of how EG play in the chaos.
They have a phantom.
A bit of quiet descending upon the map here.
Oh,
Wow. What a shot, brother.
no. He's just gonna fight him.
His team needed a step up.
Wow.
What a
Wow.
round.
Wow.
We're looking at Icy and whether he can deliver a knife in the back for his former team. And there's
See, they lost that round because they had Phantom to shift. If they kept Stingers, they would have won that. They had a better chance.
A 4K in this round. A labored kill onto Icy, it must be said. But as soon as he managed to upgrade to the Phantom, clean to finish.
Wait, has there been a team that, like, what if you just never buy rifles? If you buy Stingers and you play the same exact way, like, where, like, teams already, like, struggle playing against, and you just play Stingers full armor every single round, never buy rifles, would you be able to win a game like that? Like, wouldn't that, like, be fucking OP?
I mean, low-key, it could be an idea.
Like, if you already convert the win rate with Stingers against rifles at such a high rate, just do it every single time, and then, like, on the eco round, when they have, like, classics and shit and you die, like, you're not giving them a big gun they can win with. It's like genius.
Plus, you have a buy every round.
Yeah.
Instead, EG probably just want to wait and see if they can get a free pick with the Bucky. Can Jorg find out where Icy is playing?
He's going to spot this one out. Still with the drone as well. That's going to be putting the pressure now down onto Icy. And he lets loose anyway. It's going to be the ult here into his hands. Round to the
Oh
side.
my god.
G2 surely behind him now. Few seconds
Look,
left
they're
to
gonna
try
win
to
this round, and it's gonna be the
around these
Bucky.
spots here. Can he deroute
Yep.
Oh,
Icy
that's
from this
cringe.
position, lying in wait with the Bucky in hand.
Oh, he hit
Oh
him.
my god, he's going to be making it awfully difficult. Waiting though, Util in and around.
Oh my god, he almost said it.
Barely able to get a handle
They know
on
he's
it.
there. They know he's there.
Corner still. His position's going to be noted. It's a pit drop.
He dropped on his head.
Hold on. Leave. My god, man.
Wow.
Pulls an ace out of bloody nowhere.
He said he jumped on my head. What the fuck is he doing?
First round, stuck in a corner, flashed up. Pits just so that he disguises where he's playing, I suppose. He had a rough map on Lotus, couldn't really get anything done. But he's come out here with the iBuy Power ace to go up 10-2 after 4 rounds. Absurd, but exactly what the doctor ordered for G2.
Exactly so. Make sure you follow iBuy Power on the socials. Plenty of rewards to be given out. Exactly what G2 needed. Rifles v rifles now. Slow walk up to the drone here, just trying not to reveal their hands, but that's going to be a stun. Locking down onto Superman, he's in a lot of trouble here, but most of the Yuto going to be narrowly avoided, not sent in his direction.
The salvos were really deep, so
Oh my god.
That was some scary ass spam.
The spam, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually cleared vent here. A smoke over towards Mail. And now Icy gives up that position.
Drone so far back by Derek, didn't get the full clearance out towards A main. G2 up through mid, and Armageddon and a stun and attempt to try and at least get that kill.
What?
Slap dash, really.
No.
What?
You tried, I guess.
Put together there by EG, so could be wasted in terms of the ultimate.
That's crazy.
Superman.
Get a pick, Superman.
What? Who's B-hopping?
Caught in that transition, and Ye now has to do it all from this spot. Near-sighted.
Diablo?
Smoke to play in and around. Teammates just trying to buy some time for them to get themselves in. Nature.
Oh, that's a hard fight to take. Timing. Oh.
Jorgamo locks it down. The spike does need to be reclaimed at this point, and I see.
Wait, Spike's not heaven.
He has
He's
bombs.
though, does he? Does he know?
Not
They have to go up the. Oh wait, he grabbed.
He got it.
Yeah.
If you didn't have TP, that could have been a crazy round.
Icy might have been hoping that he could defend that. But now he's got to win a very difficult one.
Another one?
These are the kind of situations that were slipping away from G2 on Lotus.
Icy's got to be left to consider though. Is it worth it? Money's not good. Still looking to make a play for it though.
I mean, he'll probably poke and prod and see if he can get given a free pick. Make things easier into a 1v2, but with nothing going, nothing given,
especially
he's going to back up.
Trent.
Yeah, and Trent's going to have those salvos. And I think really crucially, he gets himself back into a safe position. Think about some of the post plants that we saw from G2 on Lotus, and how they weren't able to just play that standard post plant kind of setup that you expect from them. Even if you think just back to the final round of Lotus, where Trent was trapped in tree and didn't have the timing and the safety to go into his salvos. In rounds like this, if he's got the teammates to be able to hold the line, he's doing all right. G2's really in control of this game. At least if you look at the scoreboard. They've knocked EG's economy down. And EG have only won the pistol in the follow-up. It kind of is similar to the first half of Lotus so far. Leaf, again, more pressure onto him. Stun, salvos early on, but he's not going to get caught by that.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he got hit.
Down to 75.
I don't think they know. Wow.
What?
He just random that.
Oh, he got. Wait, he got punished for jumping for once. He never gets punished for jumping.
Yeah, he might be receiving a hell of a lot of pressure coming his way now. Under it.
Oh wait, that's free kill.
That's a free kill. Wait, another one?
How the hell has Jay got that snake bite drop down to his feet, Superman? He's doing
another one? Oh. Oh my god.
Somehow again, get it done.
That is pure confidence from Ye. Most players.
Bro, half of the rounds that were won this game were with Stingers, and a Bucky.
They have better chance with shotguns. You might have been onto something what you were saying earlier, bro.
You just buy a fucking shit gun every single round, like.
Because you have less to lose, so you're more confident.
Yeah, literally. It's like, oh, I have a Vandal, I don't want to give it to them. When you're on like at advantage.
And you play like a bitch, but then you have a Stinger, you're in their face.
Literally.
Wait, when I just figured out the game, bro.
Most players wouldn't even be in that spot. So 3-3, the economy be damned. It doesn't matter.
Time to jump.
A lot of emphasis here by G2. Trying to take that mid-control. Different. Look at it though, up towards the top. Oh, Jordan barely ready with a rifle in hand. And he's going to be spotting that one. Narrowly avoided.
That was risky.
Hello. At least with a shorty. And I don't think you're going to be wanting to contest with events too much.
At the same time though, Jorg's position is fairly safe.
Yo, Envy, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Appreciate it, bro.
So this engagement may end up revolving around an A Heaven brawl. You see the players and the spike heading over in this direction. So it's going to be a little bit of fake B Heaven pressure, trying to draw people over, which it has kind of done. You see these players over in spawn. Only 2 defending A right now, but Nature has a breach ultimate. So does Jonah P though, now that he's picked up that orb.
He's hard locked into the position. It's going to be Rolling Thunder versus Rolling Thunder. Handshaking across the site here. Slows it down for about a moment here, but a fault line buys it time, and Nature Trying to get his team back into the fight as well. Jorgamo forwards into the fight with a shorty in hand. Anchoring smoke has played for the
Oh, that was so hard.
Definitely clean that one up. Nature taken out.
Grenade, but
Rebounding. Leaf has got to be respecting that.
Oh.
Slowed down to a crawl, but
Damn.
be safe. He can get back into that spot here.
what?
What? How is that headshot?
Well, back and forth. This is EG. They're looking to get lucky. Couple of
Is this
kills
winnable?
through the smoke might be exactly what they needed.
If he gets the hell kill, maybe, right?
More where that came from though.
Oh.
G2 is not going to let
What a
anything
stack.
else slip. Doubled up.
Nice try.
Full control towards Alpha.
Meanwhile, Superman's battling his demons.
Could be staring in dismay. Best I can hope for is a couple of exits.
He's looking for Weave.
Post-plant positions, honestly, not that incredible from G2. They didn't have ramp control, didn't have screens control, but it doesn't matter much when Nature is dead. If Nature's going to be hard anchoring the site like that, you're not worried about the breach utility on the retake. And if we see in the replay here another look at that A exec, you'll see exactly what happened for G2. It was a double teleport into the site from Jorg and Valen. So while Nature's
What's your cat's name? The boy is named Leo, and the girl is named Gia.
the Omen just breaks that completely. They're in towards the back of site. And what can the breach do? I mean, look at the position that Jorgamo is in while Nature is still thinking that he's got them.
Wow.
And another round where G2 have control, win the rifle, and knock the economy down. But these rounds have been more difficult than you might expect for G2 to mop up.
Close. Getting a handle though, I think, in terms of the tempo. A bit more control. Spotting two of these players out. Dimensional Drift is doing his job there. There's a sliders of corners.
Damn, he cleared everything, bro.
Yeah. Free bomb slate.
EG trying to control Heaven, trying to control Ramp. It's going to be critical if they want to try and play this one.
My dog is Lily.
Spike in here, which means that it's kind of tough for him to get back out of the site again. He's forced to play on site.
Locked into the corner here. That's
Oh, I missed the blast.
And that util is going to be hurting today. Expect this one to be fully cleared out. Ooh, could be playing spoiler towards it.
They thought they cleared it, but they missed it. What the fuck?
Yeah, I feel like he should have satcheled first, and then they run in.
Bait the satchel? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah.
No opportunities with a Bucky in hand. Trent even managing to get up to his ultimate in the midst of all of this. So G2 handle an anti-eco pretty nicely. Superman just looking to play exits at this point. Die to the spike.
Yeah. He'll get his wish. Or not. Oh, yeah, okay, Jonah P.
I mean, that's actually not his wish, right? Jonah P's been given another ult point. And this looks...
An AC right there.
From G2, arguably more controlled than the first half of Lotus even.
It's very tempered.
But
Does your cat and dog fight?
many rounds G2
They like fight. They don't like fight.
it doesn't matter how many rounds that G2 get in this half. What happened on Lotus is still going to stay in my head rent-free.
Yeah.
And I'm just still going to be thinking, okay, does EG still have a chance to run this back with a ridiculous second half? And last time we saw Potter take attack timeout, the adjustments were really good off the back end of it. So she's going to take the first here on Split, just before round 9 kicks off.
And these are two teams, Josh, as well, I think that, well, at least for EG, their story has always been, I think, redemption, right? It's players that really it's their last chance before they get shipped off to the retirement home, potentially. They have to prove themselves, right? And listen, they've been upfront about that. They've said it many, many times. For a lot of these players, they're very grateful to Potter, to EG, to get a second chance to prove themselves on the big stage. Same could be said for G2 almost in this match as well, because they are looking to redeem themselves after losing in the finals of Bangkok. But they got to make it to Toronto in the first place, and it's EG who are standing against them.
Yeah, I think for G2 it's a different type of redemption, right? It's knowing that you let an opportunity slip and vowing not to let it happen again. But sometimes you can be so focused on a long-term goal that you mess up.
Last time GTA getting delayed to 2026.
Really candid about the fact that it feels like the team's in a little bit of a slump right now. And you can see from some of the mess-ups on Lotus, a map that they're usually pretty perfect on, that it's manifesting even in these really important games.
Decoy.
Jorgamo placing down that clone to make it feel like there's a little bit of mid-pressure even after he's left. So a flash, a clone, and everybody grouping up over towards A. Now this keeps These 2 players anchored over here towards B heaven. So 3 players on the B side of the map as G2 exec A. The macro is good here. The calling is great from
TB's
Valin.
into the ult.
Teleport into the middle of that Taeho ult.
That's
If there
good.
had been anybody on the A side, I think that would have cooked them.
Would have been curtains here, but a quick reaction from EG nevertheless. They hold on to control of heaven. And
They have
screens.
Astro
This
Wall
retake could be
for the
set up nice and
retake.
pretty here for EG. A lot of ults as well to expend.
Ramp control, though, is nice. I like this post line positioning from Leaf and Jorg.
Pound for pound with a util, but here it is.
Wait, that's a
What?
big kill.
Wait.
Wait.
That is.
Onto the fight. That's going to be miscommunication potentially.
Oh my
What?
god.
Layering down the fire, layering down that lead.
Oh fuck, they're all one shot.
For him?
From this spot, and it's not quite planned for him, and he's got a lot of targets to do.
Oh
Wow.
my god. Wait, that first kill was actually big on ramp, yeah.
Yeah.
The fight on ramp, not really the
I
problem.
feel like Leaf played like too aggro.
Yeah, he went up too far.
Yeah.
EG playing that retake style. And that's the adaptation that comes out of the tactical timeout, right? Every other round on the defense, we've seen somebody try to hard anchor. Whether it's nature or if they're able to get kind of, you know, icy or somebody into the A site, they normally haven't had the full 5 people alive to be able to util dump and just play retake. And here, massive ultimates expended. G2 now have to make that slight adaptation. Valin has to realize, okay, they're playing off-site A more. That's their adjustment coming out of the tac timeout. So we can save utility and wait for post.
Pit's going to be throwing a wrench into the plans, though, I think.
I mean, to be honest, I think this mid-pressure is mostly just going to be a fake anyway. They'll be content with pushing Superman out of the pit if they can. Superman bulb, though. Re-clears back in.
It's waves of Yuta being used to try and get him control and space back into the pit. Fault line and salvos of their own. EG now have expended some of the bigger tools to get that done, and G2 sight set now over towards B. This is a different direction. Jonah P's been holding on to his stun. He makes a bit of noise and a bit of presence is shown immediately. Smoke's going to be blooming up. Fake with a TP. A lot of util pulled out of EG.
But they've put enough of a pause here that Icy and Derek have not full rotated.
Yeah, looking for a safe spot to stand in here. He's got his own smoke to try and make do with still. TP in through the back now. This is going to be chopping and changing the minds of these EG players, wondering what is going to be happening next. All the way from the side.
Yeah, that was a waste.
Only the one
That's a round.
troubles. Icy is plucked out of the sky at a moment's notice here. Leaves it to Derek in that 1v3.
Wait, what?
Plant.
Nah.
Oh.
Nah, why did he fake bait us?
And I was worried for a second, but Trent just snaps to the side.
We didn't get to catch it completely in the middle of the round, but I'm pretty sure that 3K from Leaf was ridiculous. I mean, the opening kill looked absurd. Okay, just catches Ye completely. Gets the kill onto a flying Icy as well.
Wow.
Wow,
Shot.
yeah.
Just as he gets extinguished by the rocket. 16 and 6. A great map from Leaf. Rebounding after a bit of a subpar performance on Lotus, where he often rules the roost. EG knocked down onto an eco again.
Again, a lot of util. Valin. He'll try and get the hell out of there now. That's a lot of presence shown by EG.
But the G2 are kind of on the wrong side of the map to do something fast as a reaction into B, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're still going to go for it.
Very spread out, looking to see if they can take a lot of that space up towards it. That's an off angle of Ye. He was hoping that somebody would just slack in terms of the discipline.
It's the
Freebie.
same off angle, though, that he died on in the previous
Yeah.
round. It's exact deja vu. That's how Leaf got the opener previously.
EG won a
Wait,
fight.
breach with this?
Util out into the hands of the flash.
Oh.
Play all the way through here with a rolling thunder. Superman's trying to make the most of
Wait,
all.
they got
I'm
Steven
thinking
guarantee.
that's him.
Derek once more.
But
They're so much faster, EG, but it doesn't quite pay off for them. Derek's going to have to win a ridiculous 1v3.
Only with the stinger. Drop down. You'll be hearing this.
What's another stinger?
He's paranoid. He's looking for a gun to try and
Damn.
make it that much more winnable.
It's
This
so
is
hard.
G2. Good control overall when I get into these spots.
Winning way more in the post plan, right? Completely turning the tables, flipping the script on what we saw on Lotus. Their attack half looks super clean, pivoting around the map nicely, and once they get onto the site, they're locking it down. So whether that is what Josh RT talked about, more decisive with the first game plan,
Yeah.
he might have died from the fall damage at that point. I don't think you even needed to shoot him. And a small fist pump. I think it's just a sign of satisfaction. It's kind of weird being this favored in Americas. You can't really overperform. There's nothing to get too excited about. If they win this game, it's just going to be like, yeah, we were expected to do this for G2.
Have I always been on Wilsons? Yeah. I played Wilsons on everything.
In a
My whole
sense,
life.
you can only disappoint.
Yeah.
Which is a weird position to be in as a competitor.
Extra level of pressure. It's just going to be laid.
You look so tired, trust me. I'm tired.
Think about the adjustment in this round that Potter made out of the
I'm also sweaty in this fucking room. I've been in this room for 25 fucking hours, bro. It's so fucking hot.
Play off-site retake. Because that off-site retake, where Nature still had all of his breach util, it looked a lot better. And the question for the mid-round is, do they bite on this fake? Because Trent is just throwing that drone out to make it seem like they might be taking A space. The spike still pretty heavily committed to B. And Ye on an aggressive angle where Leaf has killed him twice.
Will he get cleared though? That's a question. Oh, he's just spotted out, I think. Barely. This Jorgamo Dimensional Drift is going to be calling out most of this here with Yama getting in through and around. This is EG looking to at least push this one back.
Valen got in front of it.
By some time, and Valen is at front, but listen, Ye is on top of it. Forwards and around. Jorgamo, unanticipated.
Oh my god, Ja.
The fuck, man.
Damn, Ja was cooking there.
Aftershock has to be respected. Back and away. The two players have to stand here on the side of EG for our final round of this first half. You need a miracle. You need
What the fuck? How did Giacomo know?
Damn, that's a jockey around right there.
Icy's like, let me try this. Let me handle this. I still didn't like. I got this.
Just an impossibility at this point. Icy's done well to avoid most of the util coming his
Damn.
way, but yeah, spotted out and dropped down here. It's an 8-4 finish for G2 here. Familiar scenes.
Yeah, the sides.
8-4 or fuck. I don't know if I believe, bro. They got kind of owned the second half.
Yeah.
Or the first half, I mean. Second half of the first half.
And that's all they're able to manage in the first half. But we saw what they did on Lotus.
G2 just had, I don't know, the force buy that they lost or they won, and then a couple ult rounds, and then yeah, they just like had really good util though.
Giacomo had that 4K on Eco, I think.
Oh yeah, fuck.
It's been a bloody affair between these two teams here, and G2 were hoping that they could drag it over the finish line for map number 2, and earn themselves a spot as well to extend the play all the way to Pearl.
EG were not really able to find too much success on that defense side. They weren't able to play offsite retakes. They couldn't really force G2 in a position where the post plants looked awkward or chaotic.
Yeah.
G2 were in control, but you would have said the same about the first half of Lotus. I think the difference here maybe being that Ye is going to be playing Astra, which does not take anywhere near as many aggressive fights as the Clove did on Lotus.
And he was defining, I mean, listen, that extra element that was needed.
I feel like the second half is going to be hard
Win rounds that should never have been
for
winnable.
EG.
That was Ye in map 1. And you heard, I mean, you heard it from Potter. She was like, yeah, I mean, you just want to get Ye comfortable and let him kill everybody.
Yep, good game plan.
Maybe he can do it in the clutch here in some post-plant situations. And their post-plants should be incredible with both the pull and the salvos. But my question is, are they even going to be able to get into those kind of spots? And if it does go to Pearl, we might get to see the Ye jet, and then suddenly you're back into he takes every fight territory again.
Yeah, dangerous
But
territory.
might be thinking too far ahead at this point.
Both of these teams is going to be about the here and now, one round at a time.
And a lot of territory gained early on here. G2 seeding mid control and a ramp control. So EG have actually taken a ton of space on the map.
Yeah.
Within the first 45 seconds.
And 2 players spotted out towards Heaven, just by the drone, so G2 have an inclination, I think, that this is going to be leading over towards A now, with all that space taken, especially with these players deep pushed out. G2 have got a lot of control of the map. You can see him expecting the reaction.
And this...
Oh wow, this flank.
Nature. He's got
right here.
fly. Yeah, right here.
Wow.
And now, and even a stun as well for the follow.
What a flank from him.
Safety net granted. EG need to pounce on this chance here. They have open access to the A side, but G2 playing and feeling like they are one step ahead. Deep smoke.
This is the round right here. This is the round. He's watching his back, bro. It's like the SEAL team in there.
Yeah. Damn. Damn.
He doesn't clear the corner. God damn it, I see.
You
can get another EA round. Oh my god. He got one.
But Derek's left to do it all still into the 1v2. Heroics ordered up. Jorgum already.
He's on it, brother.
Damn. That was hard.
And Leaf delivers with a 3K. Holds off that attempt at a clutch from EG.
I think it's over.
This round more than any,
I think it's over too. We're going to pro. I hate watching pro. That map fucking sucks.
EG are a very slow team.
Yeah, it's not the
And
best.
look at this. They were set up for the A split and waited for 20 seconds maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 21 and 7 right now. He's farming them.
Paused. And in the meantime, G2 had already pushed out B main, taken the whole of mid, started flanking through sewers, and were right behind them, killing them in vent. EG are going to take a page out of the book of G2 though and force up with stingers. Can their success rate be anything similar?
They just spot that. Just jumping across here. Smoke's going to be recall, hoping that they can bait a few of these EG players out wide into the open. No one biting. Salvos. The stun. Nade's going to be rebounding as well, so open access now. Giving up towards Vents.
Holy fuck, they use so much Uto to get take vents. A nade, a flash, a Bridgestone, nukes, and a satchel.
Oh, that was the kill. That was the round. I'll say it.
That could have been a deadly mistake to be making.
Wait, can they?
EG team looking to try and take the fight straight to.
How does he get out, guys? Shoot him. I'm begging you, bro.
Approach here, and G2 just playing this one back, ready to defend or flood in.
Good blast.
Takes.
Yeah.
Still towards screens here, and EG have got access over towards the side at least here. Forward.
No, I see. No, Nature.
Nature is hard committed.
Oh, it's over, bro.
Try and reposition here, but he's going to be in the danger
I think it's over.
potentially. Damage done, lining them up off to the side.
Yay, 1v3?
Nah.
He's paranoid.
Ooh, he's on his head though. I'm not gonna lie.
That was a hard one to win.
EG not able to find the same success with that force. And at this point, G2 should be sailing away with the map. You gotta think.
Change of plans.
EG got the plants and they got 3 kills, so they might even be able to get stingers up or some kind of rough half-buy here and make a good go of it in round 15. But it's not going to be anywhere near as powerful as a classic bonus. It's G2, in fact, who are going to be able to take a lot of this light weaponry further forward. It's a bit unlucky there, to be honest with you, on Superman, because I think he caught a great timing onto Trent at A-Ramp. Yay. Couldn't get it done at the very end there.
Nice, guys. Let's go.
A bit of relief, perhaps? Yeah. In terms of the
Hit him with the all good boys. We're up 1-0. Let's go map 3.
For EG, they realize it's a dampener on the spirits. Working with barely anything. Coming into round 15 here with G2. Full advantage and lead. Bucky lying in wait. There with the smokes off. It's going to be a lot of util forwards and around. And okay,
he's not doing that out the window.
He's blocked him.
Accuracy not really needed with the Bucky in hand. Making a lot of noise in the process here. Stunned up.
Jesus.
Oh, goodness me. And it's clinical.
You see the confidence he had there, pushing with the stinger?
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
They're going to be able to take these light weapons forward into the next. Or force up if they want to. You're expecting EG to come into the next round with full armor because they know the Outlaw is there on the other side. So maybe we'll see some of these G2 players discard the Stinger or the Bucky. Or hell, just see if you can make it work like they did in this round. That shot is sublime. And then followed up by a collapse. Monstrous from Leaf.
It's a silly game sometimes.
It certainly is. But isn't that why we love it?
Yep.
25 kills for Lee.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, after
I mean,
15 rounds.
Scoreboard check. You've been seeing glimpses of it, but like you said,
Jesus, it's not looking good.
kills for Leaf. A lot of them against some ecos. Don't get me wrong, but
He has over
it's monstrous.
He has over 6 times as many kills as Valen does currently. That's crazy. But I mean, yeah, he's just dominating, and you do get these performances out of Leaf. They were super common at the start of the year. Early part of kickoff, the first 2/3 of kickoff, he was an unkillable machine. He was out there slaughtering people. Looked like he had balls on. But he cooled off slightly, and now will still give you a huge map where he dominates every now and then. And he can be the difference maker to just send G2 strolling forwards into the series and onto Pearl.
Exactly right. No better time for it for G2.
And I think, you know, this is a team that sometimes people have been looking at and thinking, are they chokers? You know, in last year, they missed out on 2 domestic trophies when they certainly were.
You go map 3, you gonna stay awake? Of course.
Yeah. And then
It's looking like it's gonna go map 3, to be honest.
they kind of choked their first appearance at a global as well and bombed out.
No, I can get free right
A
now.
bit of scrutiny on this team. And if they lose here, I think that narrative will go crazy. But right now, they're looking in control and composed. And this round is just about how much damage they can do to EG. The weaponry advantage is massively in favor of the attackers. But this orb feels like death is on the other side of it after what Leaf did.
Yeah, he's still got that bucket.
Oh, he's stuck in vent potentially.
And pulled back potentially, I think, by just U2.
Ropes is just eliminated. Like, they eliminate the position.
Now, but
Yeah.
control given up. I see. Do you
Oh.
dare jump over and step
Yeah, it's
up?
just hard to play for ropes.
He meets his
Enough.
demise. G2 up 2 kills already.
Enough is enough.
Now is going to be called for, but he's EG
Wait.
players.
Wait.
Step up.
Enough.
That
weapon again.
Wait.
Second to Leaf running and gunning forwards. Derek, at least with the trade, and they do have open access to that A site.
Yeah, he did a good job on the flank.
Armageddon even just committed here. Push forward.
Wow, that was a good
Timing
fucking
it.
ultimate.
Yeah, that was really good. Wow. Well played there, I see it.
Yeah, he's done a really good job trading out onto Chogamo and then giving information about that player in heaven, a Teo ult, put them into checkmate. So now Valen's got it all to do.
Paranoia.
Oh!
Damn.
Shot.
That is a round.
Ho ho ho!
Against 2 kills,
Ho
but
ho
he's
ho!
instrumental
Wait,
in
why is this
picking
so
up that
exciting when EG win rounds, but G2 win a round, no one's fucking cheering?
Like they're expected to win, they're like, oh, you didn't win that?
That's the kind of impact you need coming out from Ye. Up at the top of the scoreboard with Icy, but they're going to need a bit more of that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's filthy.
That is fast. Oh my.
Now they have done a tiny bit of damage to EG's economy. 1 light armor, 1 bulldog. But Jorg, they had wealth on the side of the defense, and now he's picked up an op. That's going to be looking over towards A main.
Pit in mid on top of it. Large amounts of util from EG looking to see if they can clear out most of that space.
Superman has to be really worried about salvos and a stun at the start of the round.
Forwards to set up the kill.
Wow, man.
Crazy shot.
Got so much space over
That
there
is
because
beautiful.
Superman has to play passively.
Yeah, I'm pouncing on a chance like that. Options are starting to dwindle now.
Hello.
EG, yeah, spotting. Jonah P. Creeping and crawling off to the corner. Taking up most of that space. This is
I think it's over.
quite Derry, but he's feeling it.
13-5.
Wait, look at the Asher on A.
Sound bait. Sound bait.
Oh
Wait, he
my
baited
God.
it.
Nice play.
Bait and
Jonah
Wow.
P got baited.
smart play indeed. Maybe enough for them to
Yeah, he might walk into the op, I'm not gonna lie.
He might put him down too, though.
a little bit longer.
My
30
eyes,
seconds.
my eyes on the minimap are blue.
Yo,
To make a move.
Jing, thank you for the tier or 5 gifted subs, bro. I appreciate you.
Giacomo's not gonna move.
But I don't think you're really going to get Leaf out of here.
Yeah, he's gonna sit there.
Barely stepping
They're coming to jaw, it's over.
towards it. G2 have already got B main control. They've got the
He has
read
clone
onto
as
this
well.
Giacomo does not really have a backup strategy. He needs a kill to get his dimensional drift. It all lies in wait, and it all leans on that. An opening kill potentially.
He's in.
See if he can get the hell out of there.
Wait, he whiffed.
This is up to the side.
He whiffed.
Wait,
What did he
what?
shoot? What did he
No,
shoot
did
at?
shoot?
Dead in his tracks.
I don't
Why
know.
did he shoot?
Down. Safe
What
from
did he
the
shoot?
corner.
What did he shoot at? I don't know. The breach?
Don't have to deny that one.
He missed, right?
Flank puts pressure on
He
Derek.
missed,
Salvos
but I
five, but he
Flank.
won't have chance to use
don't think anyone was there.
Right from
Timing.
the corner, Derek twisting and
Oh
turning.
my
just
god,
one
he got
two
scared as
players.
fuck.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
that flank fucked
Put them in a
them.
vice grip
Wait, Sylvan?
in the blink of an eye.
Never mind.
All the advantages that EG had.
Wow.
Dismissed.
They had that.
Sent to the wind.
And there's a
That's
really
crazy.
nice adaptation from G2 to work against what EG are going for. EG's post-plant setup.
Bro, it's like you said, G2 just win off of timings. Every time it's like a half a second timing and then they just win off of it.
Derek was like looking around too much, but I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And so when this flank comes through, you're denying that safe space for the post-plant. It's a really simple but nice idea from G2, and it works out perfectly. They're up 12-5, 7 chances here to close things out and send us to Pearl, which will be one hell of a map to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Yay and Icy on double duelist potentially.
Bit of a ramp take here, called for by EG. Stand to set it up. Walkabout's relieved. Now you're in the danger zone there.
Oh my god, he tried ending it on his own, I'm not gonna lie. He said, fuck it, I'll do it myself. Oh, he saw him jiggling. Wait. Wait, what?
Missed his shot, backed himself out and away. Repositions himself into sight now. He wants to try and spell spoiler out.
He might not clear that corner. Oh, he clears it. Oh.
Wow.
Superman is too fast.
I've seen this movie before.
And this should have been one
You
of the
have?
difficult rounds to take.
Yeah, 12-5.
Coming into this was
Cloud9 NRG.
Damn.
Wait, no,
make
Sen
that work in mid.
and Sen
You could argue a little over aggressive from Leaf,
Sen
but he was
EG?
expecting that to be pretty heavy.
Cloud9 NRG, wasn't it?
I don't remember. Oh, was that on Sunset?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 12-5. I remember watching it.
Sen EG was
I remember
10-2.
watch partying it. And then that was at the time I was on NRG. I was like, nice try, guys.
So you're seeing
Yeah, that was
a real nice
something.
evolution, even though they've only managed to pick up 5 rounds, even though they're down 7 in this map. EG is still thinking about, okay, what are G2 trying to accomplish? How can we shut it down?
Yeah.
And that's the mark of a team that's improving, thinking, all throughout the playoff run.
Yeah, and still believing, I think, as well, that they can win the map. It's possible.
It's only 6 rounds.
Very unlikely, but what does that matter to EG?
It's only 6 rounds. They have Razor. Then there's 5 rounds.
And expectations that
It's not all that bad, huh?
coming into
Yeah.
the series for this squad. It's just a consistent level up from EG. Looking to drag it back 1 round at a time, as you mentioned. The chances.
Yeah, Razor, that's 5 rounds. Richo, that's 4 rounds.
That at some point G2, either by virtue
I can get some rounds here.
round from somebody, be it Leaf, Jorg, Trent, they're gonna get it done. The question is, can EG make it difficult? Can they push them to the brink? Can they maybe find the one universe where they get the comeback?
Flash held. It's a tepid approach here by EG.
They're hoping to catch Superman or Yay as they make the walk forwards. And Potter has talked previously about the strategy on attack being to get an op into Ye's hand.
Trap's gonna be
Oh, wow.
Yay has to try and put a stop to it as well.
Oh, fuck.
Dampener, but just traded
Oh,
up now.
fuck.
Quick getaway. All the way through sewers. Grab the spike and get a run on, but they're going to be going straight into Jorgamo.
Into the Bucky.
Seen this one before, EG.
Oh, no.
Already is Icy, delivering
Oh, my God.
Dude!
2 with the Bucky.
But I think Icy's done the job here, right? He took the fast timing through Vent, deleted both of the A-ramp players, and now EG
Holy
themselves into a
fuck.
nice 2v1 with ults to work with as well.
This is
Derek's
winnable for
gonna be able to
Raylan?
get his tail ult online.
Yeah. Yes, paranoia.
Hesitate to say it, but it's almost
Wait, this is so winnable, actually.
I don't know why they're so separate. I hate this.
Jiggles.
Oh.
spots out the first paranoia.
Good rockets.
Elden let go here with the salvos to try and slow
Now I can
down.
group up, surely. They're not grouping up, though. Wait, what?
I mean,
I guess we have to, yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
absolutely anything to try and drag it.
Hear me out, though.
1 round at a time now.
Would you hate it if we saved the rocket and double peeked?
Could have been a bit more frugal, you know.
Yeah.
take ults
Just
really
use the
early,
rocket.
this
I don't
map is
care.
available, but I think that just shows the pressure that's on these players.
If it's a breach ult and the tech ult, you just use the breach ult.
7 chances down to 5 for G2.
The breach ult and the tail
I
ult?
think they'll be happy that
Yeah, or like instead of like the raise ult being there, like if it's the breach and you have a breach ult, you just use the breach ult there. Just win that round.
No matter what ult.
Yeah, just, you need something.
they had the money actually to go for it again. On the other side though, Jorg's picked one up. So he's looking to try to get himself posted on A.
They have another operator.
So that you can leave the Euro
Doesn't seem like they have any intention of going A.
aggressive angle.
They probably have a read.
This is now going to allow Trent and Jonah to leave A main and go and help in mid.
Best chance in a long string of rounds here for G2 to try and take themselves to Pearl.
But this ult combo,
If they go B right now, they auto win.
utterly deadly. If you find
They go B, they win the round?
Yeah.
breach ult into Tail could just gift you a pick.
They're looking for it. Full line. Narrowly avoided.
Wait.
Wow.
Who's dead?
Okay. Straight in. Cape flourishing right behind.
Smoke.
Gonna get that open, and
Smoke.
EG looking to try and take control of
Smoke.
this side here. It's ult expended.
He's not peeking, thankfully. Oh, he got a kill.
Valen collecting that kill, Derek.
No.
Wait, what is his ult?
A chance to really
Oh my god. Okay, there it is.
into this round.
Thought for a second it glitched.
Down on top of it, EG. Trying to put a choke
Nah, this is
hold
scary,
right
bro.
now to dampen most of the side, and here's that Armageddon ult to their own. G2 looking to make the play forwards into it.
Oh, he's gonna go behind them. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Oh
His
my
reaction
god.
out of Icy. Oh my god,
Oh my god,
Icy.
Flies, bodies toppling on either side.
They didn't get the plant.
They haven't planted yet.
And time still an important necessity
Double
to
push?
play around here. As you mentioned, Josh has no
Oh my god.
whatsoever, but hunting
Oh my god. Trent.
Damn, that was nice.
That was a nice 2K.
Somebody on G2 was gonna pull out the play to seal.
I'm not gonna lie, that the moment they got that kill on the bridge pillar, I don't know why both of them fucking just white swung.
Comeback out of that one.
Like they got the kill and they just pressed
They
forward.
could have backed up and chilled, right? Yeah. They
Yeah,
low-key
just
got
back
excited.
up,
They low-key got
just
excited.
show a little bit, and then I don't know.
Yeah,
That was
they got excited. They got
yeah.
excited. I agree.
I think a very, very fitting map to close this one out.
Oh yeah.
Pearl was the final map for G2 of Bangkok, and they let it slip. Pearl was the final map just recently when G2 played against 100 Thieves, and it looked like they were going to let it slip, and yet they clawed it through in OT. And now Pearl, the decider map here again to define whether or not they go to Toronto, whether or not EG go to Toronto. Couldn't have it any other way.
No. It's been a messy, messy map for them in the past as well. A blight on their records in the past, but G2 are looking to try and set that record straight as well.
Damn,
We'll see if
chat.
they can close this one out.
That was a crazy game.
That's on the line between both of these teams. Do not count either of them.
Bro, this Bucky shit is insane. So many Bucky kills, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back, Sean. I need to bathroom.
Can Trent, however, have the firepower for two of these members? Oh my god! Nature takes care of him, but that's just a start. He's gotten it down to a 1v1.
And it's going to map 3. The only way that this one could be decided. G2 manages to get that massive win, 13-7 on Split. But of course, that sets up our final map. It's going to be Pearl. It all boils down to this. Welcome back, everyone. GB alongside Mimi and Ender. And, well, let's talk about Leaf right out of the gate here. I don't want to waste any time because that guy, he's been playing great all series, but in this particular map, Mimi, oh my God, what a performance.
He willed this map 3 out of Evil Geniuses in the first half, having incredible impact on his lurks, finding timings into sights, winning out in every post plant. And in the second half, he's the guy to shore up the map as well. This was an absolute stand-out individual performance.
I'm not gonna lie, for like 90% of this map, all of G2 is like barely positive, if that, and Leaf's on like a 3.0 KD.
No help.
Literally no help until the last round when Tread comes in with the 2K to finish it off. But like, even going onto the defensive side, this guy was playing like escalation, getting active with the bucket.
You were talking about it in the last pre-match too. He's a guy who's adding a lot into the team, is helping Valen with the leadership.
Is that a 3-8-6?
Popping off in the server
Oh
too.
my stars.
400 ACS nearly, 3.0 KD. I mean, it's just outstanding from Leaf.
It really is. What more could you possibly ask for from your player, man?
For everyone else to step up behind him.
That's it. My guy's out here freaking dragging the Jansport across the finish line. He's like, please, someone, you know. But honestly, I give him a ton of respect. Really incredible stuff there. But here's the thing, though. It wasn't just Leaf. He also had some good plans. He had some good executions from G2, which, of course, is what we come to expect from him.
It was interesting, though, because thinking back to the last map, like how much of the planning was actually Leaf giving ideas. But here in this first half, G2's execs into the site were super effective, especially once they got ults online.
Yeah, I really love on this map the way that they play around Jojima and the Yoru. I think they do a great job of finding different TP positions for him to enter onto and combining that really well off the drone, off the missiles, and quite frequently managing to isolate that player as the site anchor, stun missile them, Jaw TP's in, he gets the opener. It's so good out of G2.
Yeah, I just am a big fan of watching Jaw path on the Yoru when he has that ult up, even clearing out those tiny little cubbies. You've got the nades going into back sight here, threatening with the TP in as well to get this little pinch going on the players coming out from heaven. It was just really nice stuff consistently through this first half, which gave G2 the 8-4 lead. Right? That's exactly what they got in the first half of Lotus as well, except this time they were able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, and capitalize on it, they most definitely did. I mean, there you can see the track and the success of G2 in the white there, really just showing that once they have that lead, unlike map 1, Ender, they weren't going to let it go.
And contrast the post plants, 8 out of 10 rounds for G2 on Split, where they won a single post plant on their last map of Lotus.
But now we have to turn to EG. They have been on a 4-series win streak. They have looked great. They already took one map off G2, but they are in a tough position now. They got rolled over on Split. But I feel like if the win conditions for EG in playoffs could be summed up, it is Ye and Icy. And we're heading into the one map where EG is playing double duelists with those two on the Yoru and the Jet. No one else is really playing that comp. It is very unique to this 2025 EG team.
Oh boy, and even thinking about this, it is so, of course it ended like this. It just makes a lot of sense, right? Because in Americas, we just seem to be gifted with storylines all the freaking time. And you're in a situation, Icy, he could potentially take the team that, honestly, the team of scraps, of the leftovers, and they find their way to a Masters event. Or you got G2 going right back to where they were, but this time a little bit more battered and bruised than they were previously.
Well, here's the thing, right? I'm thinking about those key moments that are defining G2's year, right? I talked about the 3 big games for them, right? It was the kickoff finals that they finally won a domestic title. And then it was the finals over in Bangkok where game 5, they head on to Pearl and it slips away. They can't catch a single break for them. That felt horrible for them. And yet now we find themselves going into that same map on a final map. And this is the difference. This one map is the difference between playing for the next month, potentially having a chance in America's Trophy, having a chance globally, and literally going home.
Where did I go? To take a shit.
And the narrative is even bigger for a guy like Jojima. He's stuck by EG in 2024 when everyone else left. He made the choice to go to G2. And now his former coach with her brand new team has a chance to eliminate him and eliminate America's best team from a chance to play in the first North American international since they won
That's
in
crazy.
LA.
Look, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. If you're just tuning in and watching Valorant for the first time, you think we just made
What's
this
map
up. You
3?
think that this
Pro?
is a script that
Fuck.
we just happened to make up out of thin air. But no, this is what's happening. This is what's at stake. Map 3 is gonna decide which team is gonna move on to tomorrow's lower final and head to Masters Toronto. Of course, you don't want to miss it. We'll see you in a little bit.
Let's see.
El Diablo's dead. There's no king of hell. Demon1.
It's all led to here. Pearl as a decider between G2 and EG, all the way to the brink, genuinely, for both of these teams. And listen, a hell of a task ahead of both of them, of course, but a ticket to Toronto on the line between them. The staging ground we're going to be treated to here. Of course, that double duelist, we get to see Ye on the Jet. He can reach even a peak, slightest inch, I think, of the form that he was in for that map number 1. Room for a barn burner.
And he has been phenomenal. The player to watch whenever EG plays on Pearl is Ye on the Jet. Like, since he swapped over to playing the Jet on this map, they've looked really good. But at the same
Yo, what's
time,
up, Nick?
it's a
Thank you
bit
for
of
the
a
prime 1 year.
G2's
Damn, 1
record
year?
on
I'm
Pearl
joking.
this year is 6-2.
Appreciate you, Nick. How are you? Go to sleep? Ah, after this game is over.
2-2 on Pearl this year. But it doesn't matter. On Lotus, G2 were 10-0. And yet, EG came out with the win. So, results, they're for the past. EG, they're forming the future. And it all comes down to a map here on Pearl that drips with history for G2. There are so many moments, even of this year so far, and we're like halfway through, that you can think back, and they've been pivotal to whether or not G2 have won, lost, choked.
Lock in, bro. The hate watch needs to be strong right now.
Locked in, bro. He's about to drop 33.
We need 30 out of Diablo.
In some sense, a chance of redemption if EG can drag it over the line and potentially make that chance at Toronto for G2. Would be dire straits indeed for them.
A really early pop of those thorns within the first 15 seconds.
C's going to be offloaded on top of it as well. This is not a stall. Use delayed. Jorgamon. All going to be taken out and triggered nice and early. That was just
Oh, Jonah.
Piece.
Was he there? Was he there?
Oh wow,
He went
icy.
through. Icy got 2. Wow.
Oh my god.
What a
3?
flash!
They both can't see. Fuck it.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, you caught. Trent 1v3?
Wrapping around from behind. Trent has got it all to do.
Oh.
Already reveals the position. Salvo's into the corner. Nature's wide as anything here, but 22 health is
22
what Trent has
HP.
been dropped down to.
This is
That's
where he
what's
clutched
going
1v2 last time.
Did he?
Yeah, he did a 1v2 here with a Spectre though, or Stinger. But this one seems unwinnable.
Not today.
Nah.
The ante looked good from G2 in this round. They know that EG like to default towards mid, and double doors is normally where they go first. So G2 put Thorns there, and then a Seasoner pull, and then are ready to fight it afterwards. But Icy is the difference maker. He picks up 2, and then even gets a 3rd with the flash kill. It's him that almost single-handedly saves that round for EG, after G2 knew exactly what was going on.
You're still not off? No.
Another pistol.
I'm finishing this game and then I'm getting off.
Even though they could buy light armor and stingers on almost all of their players, they only do it really on the attack side, but they're gonna push.
Oh my god.
Nah, stop it!
Like you see, you're not gonna do some shit like that with the Vandal with 4 seconds into the round. You're just gonna do that with the shit
Just have
gun.
your Stinger, bro.
Just have a Stinger every round, bro.
You got tagged, dude.
Drop down, it's 1-on-1.
Oh god.
To a degree, flashed up as some support from the rest of his team here, but there it is, lying from the side. Squeeze being placed and put down onto some of these players. G2. In shut out here of the site.
It should be very clean. The positioning from Derek and Superman's good. They're going to have salvos, pull. Yay and Icy can fight.
Slight pocket to play in here, but
That is a wide swing.
Players have been isolated and cut out of the picture. Derek.
Don't do it yet.
Let's draw blood.
I'll do it now.
The chances.
Oh no.
What?
As I say that, cheeky shot indeed, but you have to really deal with this pull off to the side here. Shots need to be hit.
Wow.
He hits that though.
Decent try and a
Or imagine the suck miss and they didn't know about it.
But actually, Derek,
Imagine what?
all of those kills
The suck missed.
Oh.
That would have been a nightmare.
Yeah, yeah.
And the weaponry, it's not going to look that great for EG heading in here. Quite a bit of damage done. But this is where we get to see whether EG have changed things up with their attack. Now, to give you a quick rundown of what EG love to do, they're an unusual team on their attack side of Pearl. Almost every other team is going to be taking fast A main control, then going back to mid or back to B. And instead, EG normally are going to opt into taking a bunch of mid control first and then going to deal with the extremities. Yay with the Guardian though, has his watchful eye over towards a potential push from Jorgen Trent, as they did on their eco round.
Could be in the danger zone. Gonna be worried about the flash play with a haunt over.
EG's bread and butter are these A splits.
This is it. Trent crouched down, ready to pounce.
Damn.
Notice, but the shot just goes
What a
wide.
trade though.
Finally dealt with. Jorgamo.
He's gonna get back in?
I was gonna say he goes back in.
Of the footsteps out and around to the side. That is Jonah P. There's more than
What?
Wow.
He actually got like
wow.
Might save the day, EG.
Oh my god.
Josh Art's breaking the desk right now.
Yeah, he's not happy.
Valen not feeling confident enough to go for a spam kill here. He doesn't have anybody watching a potential push. He's worried that EG might be going aggressive.
What?
Wow, timing.
Ow.
Or even anticipating the position that Valen could be in, lying in wait for it. Just a jiggle.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Valen saved them so hard.
Yeah.
Keep it going from split there with the form, I should say, Josh. I should say.
Absolutely. I mean, he found his moment perfectly. He was playing passive, not giving away where he was holding, and maybe gave, you know, a bit more room than I was expecting to EG, but then found his moment to pounce just as they were escaping from the plant. The form's looking good.
3, 2, 1. Nice! Let's go, Jake!
And Jorg calls that double swing towards the end, and they pounce.
Discipline.
EG are going to change things up here. They're going to go for some early A control. And this is where Jorg and Trent have been playing. They've got the read. It's been pretty much the same for the last 3 rounds.
Sowers on a dash forwards. TP on top of it, so EG. Full control of forward is.
Stun.
But delayed.
But it does give you the information that they've stuck around here. It hasn't just been an insert. You know, there's still bodies in this area, including Derek. Ult online. And now they leave. Do they keep Icy in this position? No, he actually retreats with the rest of them too. So you're expecting Trent to re-drone out this area at some point. Here it comes. To be able to get all of this information in A main again. They realize there's nobody here, and now they don't need to keep the stack on A. They can just leave Jorgamo posted, and Trent, Jonah P, they can rotate off to either cover mid or B.
They might be going straight into the blender. 50 seconds to work with. EG only just getting that wall out and over, but luckily, boxes the
It's 3 here.
play around and jump over here with the Armageddon. That's lay it down all the way into the back of the site. G2 will push forwards for a moment, but it's already faded before.
I feel like that ult
God.
was just useless.
How? How does the entry?
Wow.
Tail ult? Yeah, the timing was off, right?
Yeah, it was so off.
Valen again. Wow, he's living too. Oh. Flank is big.
A go of the plant going down here. Stun.
They have no idea.
They have no idea.
Jorgamo is going to be hot on there.
Oh, Derek was aware.
What?
Wow.
Derek.
That was whipping from Jorg.
Oh my god, masterclass.
Wow.
That was insane.
Oh my
Well
god.
played.
The reposition from Super was perfect. And somehow he found the timing to go for that push into spawn and missed Jorg completely. Gotta say that flank was a bit of a whiff though. They should have had that one locked down.
1 HP. He had 1 HP after the wrong guy.
That's insane.
Superman deserves some credit for getting into that spot, but you can see the reaction from Josh RT. That should have been around that G2 were in control of. They had the read, they knew it was ending B. The Tejo ult early, mistimed from Derek, and yet still success.
There's passion there for these EG players, fire in their belly.
G2 stack 4 players to fight B. To fight mid, but not an aggressive fight of mid, just stacking.
Oh my god, it's a big fight.
Gonna want to default in this area.
Make it 5.
Both teams just staring.
Oh, here we go.
And Valen's joined the pack. There's a tipping point here. We triggered at a moment's notice, and here it is.
Oh no, the classics.
It's working. It's working. It's working.
Just keep the stingers next time.
Thank God they have so many people close by.
Yeah.
Hit him with the 1-2. Delayed hit at that, but it does the job.
They clean up, clean house. Those are the rounds that EG thrive in, actually, where they and then just contain. Things got a little funky here. Jonah B, who's jumping around, getting kills all over, but cool and calm. Still
Nah, the crowd is going crazy for EG. I'm not gonna lie. He wants it strong in the arena.
They've been hyping them up like crazy. They were chanting for them on map 1 when they were winning.
They are. Yeah, they are right now.
Oh wow, they are.
Drono looking to deal with this one. He has to TP, get the hell out of there early. Doesn't want to be
Free
suppressed.
sight. They have 4 ults on G2 though. Wait, what? How?
Wait, that's a bad wall.
Wait, Icy's overheating. Wow. Icy's overheating. How did he? Wait, what are we doing?
Wait, what?
What are we
made them push
doing?
stun? They wanted to stop the buys though, I guess.
Taking a fast and loose approach all the way through into the site. The plan is already down.
Oh my god.
This is being played. Trying to get away onto the site.
Timing! That sucks. Wait, it was 5v3 and they lost.
It was 5v3.
It's fast. It's well executed by
Fuck, I feel like they did not need to go in their spawn. I understand they had Visol and Astro Wall.
They don't have to play up, right?
Yeah.
But once you get the man advantage, just give it up, maybe?
Honestly, even though man advantage or not, because after that they like, all they have to do is just hold the wall and you have to run through the wall. I think their fight here in spawn was just like a little fuck. It wasn't like 2 together. I don't know.
It was like 2 of them like went together and then everyone else was not there.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Jaw has an op. Oh, did they already know the save? Fuck. They lost so many guns on Eco, I guess.
Yeah.
We saw in a game against Crew a while back, he went for an updraft play and they just flashed into Art to get info over whether anybody was there. And that would have set up Icy and Ye for a double peek on that defender. But alas, no one's home.
From forwards. Triggered early. Even Jorg revealing his hand, showing that he is here. There's presence. Waiting.
Uh-oh.
Gotta be controlled though.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Draft and away.
Damn.
He's way out of there.
That sucks.
Had that backup policy and that plan lying in wait, but
I'm not sure they know that Icy is this deep pushed. Okay, now the Prowler detects it, so he's forced to back up.
It's all over the place.
It is a little.
Armageddon even being committed.
Really?
What the fuck? Wait, what just happened? Why'd they run into it?
Wait, what?
They ran out A main and ran into it?
What the fuck? Why is everyone in the fucking Nixus round?
Survives. The salvo's just dissipating. You have mid control, but it's a 2v4.
And Leafs flipped the map. He's the defender, and he's now deeper into mid than the attackers are.
Wait, the missiles weren't even on them, were they?
Weird opportunity for timing.
They were.
A little bit of info. Those jumps probably heard by Leaf, although maybe not, because the rest of G2 are not reacting, not responding. And Derek is gonna have salvos.
Did he just fucking fake Euro clone out? That's crazy.
Nothing's happening.
Trying to clear out most of the way. G2 finally get
out of street.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh my god, he almost got both.
Holy fuck.
Oh my god, Derek had a chance.
Wow.
Quick on the cleanup.
So G2 handle what was an incredibly chaotic round. I'm surprised that Trent invested the tail ultimate out of that, but I also lost track of what was happening over towards A main, and there were double salvo kills. Yay, and somebody else ended up running through A main, I think, and then just into the salvos at Arth. Was that?
That looks fucking bad, man.
Just pick your poison, but they
Yeah.
realized they were caught in the midst of those cloud bursts, and just didn't realize where the salvos were. Popped out of it, and suddenly, as soon as they could see, there's danger all around them. Derek, he's managed to get his tail ult online in that prior round.
It's not looking good.
The plant.
Yeah, Loki.
Seen a lot of situations where he just
It's up.
slowly takes A control, looking for a
Good
duel
flash.
he would be favored in.
Sitting currently at 2 and 7. It's good Yuto to at least push Jorgamo out of the picture.
I think it's undeniable that Ye has to have a phenomenal game in order for EG to win and go to Toronto.
This op is here again.
Incomprehensible that EG
I'm not gonna lie, Yoro's kind of nice to op on because you have 2 chances to like escape, you know?
Yeah.
And get a pick.
Yeah.
So it's
That's pretty decent.
kind of viable.
Just missing. Dash still in the back pocket of Ye here, but his flash is in your face, and that's going to be slowing you down still. There's that Armageddon.
Fast worm.
Save for a spot like this one with the thorns in through the back.
Oh.
I like that.
Wait, you got one. Wow, 1 bullet. The flash.
Wow.
Oh, Trent.
They want to take this fight all the way to them. It's going to take a lot though.
Oh, Trent. Oh, Trent.
Carnage once more. Chaos. Trent.
Wow. Jesus.
That's a beast of a performance from Trent.
He's stepping up like crazy. He just does not want to lose.
Out of nothing. 11 and 6. He's had, maybe you could argue, a bit of a quiet game. He didn't dominate on Lotus.
Oh, Derek needed to get him, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was all Leaf. But this is his map. And he stamps his authority upon the game. 4-4 and knocks EG down onto an eco once more. Rounds like that are why I think he's probably been the most impactful the whole year so far. But they are going to need more of it.
Wow.
Well, nature got him.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Timed peak.
If nature hadn't got it, Ye was there.
Yeah.
Threw his gun back.
And they've given that hero rifle to him. He goes forward, drops the Vandal, collects a Phantom, and now EG have 2 weapons to play with. It's Icy and Ye. The play
Oh, almost got caught.
You do not want to be opted into that fight, Leaf. Barely.
Leaf is pushing long.
Attack there could have been spelling defeat for him, but
They don't know.
Control completely. That's drone forwards.
Leaf's fighting super aggressively.
Hyper committed.
Wow, bro.
Wow. Double.
They thought it was clear. Derek with the drone, but Leaf was there.
What the fuck?
Getting active, and this is just a strange round entirely. Chance is still here. 2 players with the rifles in hand. Dash forwards to try and cut this one up, but there's a smoke to obfuscate. Off to the side and into the corner. A bit of spam will do the job there, and Valen steps forwards and around, waiting for that timing.
No spike.
Yay.
Just about delayed.
Nah,
I mean,
no
35
spike, it's
seconds left with
fucked.
the spike in the middle of nowhere. They realize that Ye has to play into them.
The round is essentially over here. I mean, Ye, even if he was back to his absolute prime form, I don't see the win condition. The net is tightening.
That's so slow,
Players
bro.
all around him, completely surrounded with 15 seconds left and the spike nowhere near.
Nowhere to run. Not even a chance to really plan at this point as well. There's Leaf.
Damn.
Hyper active in the moment.
That was a super intelligent round from Leaf. The way that he responded after jiggle peeking and seeing 2 players in B link, he instantly comes out and tries to take an aggressive position at pillar. He knows that these guys, this is the weak side of the hit. When EG run their B splits, the majority of the team is coming through mid. They're not coming through B main. They do it differently to a lot of other teams. And so Leaf, he's watched the VODs, he knows his opponent. Know thine enemy. That is the definition of Leaf. He's out there.
They're running double duels too on attack here.
Yeah.
You're in ranked grinding. He's out there playing other video games and watching your VODs. He knows exactly what you're going to do before you even do it. And there he takes the perfect space over towards B long and deletes the weak side of the hit. Now, something else that I do want to point out, though, is that EG are putting a bit of a premium with Nature's Wall in their mid default. They're walling Art on the attack side. So they're not saving it to watch the flank. They're not saving it for post plant. They're saving it to make sure that G2 can't re-clear through Art. And that, I think, is because they're anticipating an anti-strat. EG know that they want to go and clear double doors early. G2 know that they want to go clear double doors early, so there is a potential timing to walk aggro in art. The thing is, though, I think G2 are just happy getting info on A. Like, A main is so empty of presence, and the way that Trent and Jorgamo are playing it, they always know if it's going to end up in an A split. Yeah. Because Trent's going to drone it, Jorg's going to get posted on it. This round, Jorgamo looking like he wants to take the operator over towards B long. And it's another one of the rounds where EG are actually in that direction. We saw this earlier on as well.
Back end of that timeout here, EG are looking to see if they can stem the bleeding because that's 4 rounds in a row for G2.
The thing is, I don't see how Jorg gets value out of this because Icy's going to ult and then Jorg is going to have to leave the angle. Can he get something done before Icy ults? I mean, Icy's on the opposite side of the map.
Wow, he missed.
With a flick of the wrist there and has to commit it with the TP to back out and away.
So this really committed from EG without the assistance of their Yoru. That makes me think it might even be part of a fake.
Yeah, not sure where the presence is coming from, but
I think this is going to be a real test of Leaf. It looks like Icy's going to ult over towards A and try to make it feel like an A fake, or try to make it feel like it's really A.
It's just him.
The question is whether Leaf...
I don't think they're going to buy it. They're just going to
Yes,
stay there forever.
either.
Yeah.
Has just disappeared, so Icy's missed his timing.
yeah. Can't regroup with the rest of the team. I think Leaf is fully aware. Look, no one from G2 is really budging from this position. They know it's fake presence.
Yeah, he's just leaving A. He's running towards B. They're going to force like B here.
Sentinel Drift to try and clear through here. The trouble is this is going to be running dry ever so slightly, but he's got the TP to try and back in the way. He's going to try and point out some of these players for the rest of his team to try and take it. Still guarding forward.
Bro tried his chance.
Goes for it. Nice little attempt at that. Okay, indicators. Yep, spelling it out. It's dangerous to be had onto the site. EG get themselves into it though. Good seize onto the two of them. It's an Armageddon.
Yo, Goose, thank you for the 100 bits for appreciate the message.
G2 are being slowed down themselves.
What's the post plan here?
They don't really have anything. Like nothing at all. Now they have nothing.
EG dropping to the side here. The smoke's going to be dissipating.
Wait, Trent has no idea he could be there.
Yeah.
Let's just save now. Wow. Wow, Nature got 2. I don't. Nature spammed 2, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah, pretty sure he did.
Fully evacuating off the site, knowing that G2 had the tools to clear it out.
And that's how EG need to be playing these post plants. Get back, get far away from the spike, rely on the fact that you have salvos, pull, spam to be able to work with. It's fine if Ye plays a bit of an aggressive angle.
Wow, yeah.
Nature picks up 2, spraying down 2 players that were miles away from each other. Leaf tapping.
El Diablo! Let's go, baby!
Hyping up Ye, who is at the bottom of the scoreboard right now. And if he takes over, if he makes the difference in this map, he could start propelling EG into the lead.
G2 forwards again. This is 4 players. In through lane. Money. It's going to a little bit skew whiff here, but EG...
Yo, what is this round? Why do they have 4 there?
If you taking the same fight, right?
Huh? Yeah, it
Oh,
does.
the flash.
Wow.
Dash updraft, great space.
Who will be the new
No.
Nah, that's true. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Send your best. He's in form. I think G2 again with a great read that EG like defaulting over here.
But listen, they're already holding full of this space.
Wow, they literally waited for them and it worked perfectly.
It's just one by one. They weren't willing to be patient and allow EG to be the ones stepping forward into their domain. They forced the fight.
Catches even the very best teams out.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty serious mistake there. And it means that EG, they take the lead in this half. And Jorg, he can't really buy. Valin, he's down to 100 credits. Leaf as well. The economy is going to be so bad.
I feel like next round is going to be hard for EG to win.
Trent, he needs to keep this rifle.
G2 are going to have Stingers and Buckies.
That's their high win rate, though.
Yeah.
Do tend to be slow in these kind of moments. They're not super quick on the trigger in terms of going and finding.
I think they're going to do something fast, so EG. Pop knives with Astral instantly.
He could updraft to check art.
And just go somewhere fast.
It doesn't look like he's going to go for it.
Here they come. Spam into the box. Narrowly missed.
Trent needs this.
Desperate for it.
Wow.
Going to try and hold on for as long as he possibly can.
And he is going to keep it.
Yeah, being swarmed, but it's going to be slow going. I think
He trapped himself.
Seconds dwindling down. To the wire there. It does keep the gun in the end.
Leaf, I think, does make a mistake there, trying to force the fight through the crack angle. You had 4 players stacked at double doors, waiting for the fight to come, and it was so close. if they hadn't taken contact early, I think EG would have committed. And G2 are going to take a tactical timeout here. There's only 1 round left in the half.
Josh Hart's starting to feel it.
With his
Yes.
head in his hands, wants to make sure that G2 level things up.
They need something special.
Yeah, because the economy, it is dire.
It's all over the place.
Trent.
You still haven't slept? No, not yet.
So they might only be coming in.
I'm waiting for this game to be over, bro.
But more likely to. And I think, credit to EG, this has been a closer first half than we saw on either Lotus or Split. They still won the first pistol though. They've won the first pistol on all 3 maps, which means that the first halves have kind of looked closer than they might really be in terms of rifle rounds. But this one has genuinely been kind of toe-to-toe, back and forth.
Back and forth indeed. I mean, G2 as well, struggling to get a handle, I think, into some of the carnage that EG opt into. Especially when it gets dire. I mean, we've had some messy situations where the hits coming through, but for EG to be up 2 rounds heading into the next half, you'll qualify a game to Toronto.
Look at this, the outlaw purchase from Ye into...
Wait, I feel like the Alpha has a bad buy here. They all have full armor.
That Ye would go for something like this, or somebody on EG would go for it, and decided to invest in the full armor rather than the better weaponry. They come in with double Stinger and a Guardian.
A large group up again by G2. Trying to learn a lesson though from last time. They're actually going to be taking the initiative themselves. Push forwards, Jorgamo is backing out of there.
Updraft?
An exchange, that's an updraft again!
That's so sick.
Knives in his hand.
Ye's the only player that I see going for that in the modern era, and yet he's been successful with it twice in recent history.
Timeless is the play. Clearance now for EG all the way through, and it's up to these G2 players to take risks of their own. Jorgamo repositions. He knows that they've lost control of Arc.
Oh, did he hit him?
Yeah,
he hit him.
Straight shots, 140.
This is a big round actually for EG to win.
Yeah, they need it. They have double duels here.
The slow attack side defaults from EG.
They're going B if they go quick enough.
Information, especially with Trent down, they don't have the drone.
Yeah.
So they have to put their body on the line. They have to go and peek for info. And that means you run the risk of walking into Ye. They're worried that there could still be people in A main. They don't really have util for it. I mean, Jonah P could throw a horn, to be honest. But they need to get a move on re-clearing A main, because all of these G2 defenders are in the wrong spot.
Losing their chance.
Leaf is under mad pressure on B.
Already. 25 seconds left to play with here. Already dead in most of the util. That's a steal.
Ah, my right click failed my goal.
Right click in hand. There's damage done. But Leaf is under scrutiny. It's all about what he can deliver from this spot and how much time can he buy for the rest of his squad to get in. The walls.
Wow. Wait, they held it.
And that's why EG thrive and look their best. 2 left to stand here for G2. Try and make
Oh, he got out. Wow.
Now they're playing full post fight.
Unwinnable.
A rifle picked up at least, but Balin missed his chance and
Yeah.
missed his opportunity. A 2-round lead here for EG.
And I think a really respectable half from them. The later the half went on, the more G2 struggled, actually. Early on, they had a game plan that was working fairly well. Here's that replay. The flash, getting information that there's a player there. Though I think they already knew, and the updraft as well. They were looking for that earlier on, and they commit with it there.
Come on. Oh my god, I got the op kill, thank the Lord.
It's funny.
EG genuinely eliminate G2 here.
Go sleep once the game is done.
They have all
Last half. Last remaining half. Oh, oh fuck, this is so intense. 7-5 half. They win pistol 8. Next round 9. 9-5. Damn.
There is a world.
pistol round upcoming. Heavy emphasis going to be placed by both these teams, of course, because Toronto is on the line. For G2, it was just almost, I mean, expected, anticipated. I think just from the beginning, a lot of people really saying, okay, well, of course they're going to be there. But now they are being pushed to the brink by an EG team that has just had an unlikely resurgence, like nothing we've seen in quite some time. Genuinely, maybe the most recent time we've seen it was when EG did it in 2023, when they went on a run themselves. And that is a scary thing indeed to think about.
The echoes are unmistakable, and yet G2 have got to dig deep and find it within themselves to be able to live up to their own expectations and the expectations of the fans around them. G2 have also only won 1 pistol round so far, so they really
trust me, I'm gonna be sleeping soon.
Nah, Icy, what are you doing, bro?
Wow.
Told you to stay back, dog.
He's feeling too confident.
Argamo's mad right now. He might lock in.
Caught out into the open by it. Good opening kill for G2. And at this point, it's about how you convert it into the round.
They had some really clean 5v4s on Lotus, and a lot of them disappeared out of their grasp. They can't afford for mistakes like that. EG have been really good even when they're a player down.
Drone is down. And EG have nobody lying over towards B. Triple push though. Re-clearance into mid.
Back to B.
They've got information for when
This is a good read they have.
second to B because they still have that wall over there. Nature's going to be providing that info.
Forwards here. There's going to be lineups going up and over. Will you hear the footsteps, the rumble? It's all quiet, all sneaky for now. Wall not even going to be triggered either. Yay, just spotting most of this one out here. Stepping forward, that's G2.
Bring them down.
Quick delay claim.
We got spectate, yeah.
Very much open here. Step to the side. That's
Oh, it's over, bro. It was fucking bait the whole time. It was just fucking bait. You guys just blue balled the fuck out of us to bring us to map 3? For what, dude?
Derek wins this.
Just take the 2-0.
Really overcome one at a time. That's all he can really do, and he's going to try his best. Already taking out the 1, but now here's that discipline. Contact caught and around. Finally claimed here. Second one in the series, as you already said, Josh.
Couldn't be a more important opportunity for G2 to win their second.
It's gonna be 7-7 here.
Who does Icy think he is peeking mid like that?
Might have been an opportunity for G2 to force up. Like we've seen, they love going for the stingers if they get the plant down. But they were.
I don't know, but he was 12-10. I said,
that
fuck
is
it.
the kind of momentum they're going to want to ride forwards. And on the other side, players to disrupt like Ye, who's picked up the Marshall. He hasn't really activated in this map yet. Every other time we've seen EG play on Pearl, where Ye has been playing Jet, he's put on a marvelous performance. And they're so close. This would be an outrageous upset for EG to take. Pretty similar to the outrageous upsets they've already delivered against C9 and crew.
Yeah, it's been countless times now. At a certain point, you have to start putting respect onto their names, but for now, staring at the backside of this one. Oh, Leaf not caught out into the open.
G2 sensing danger here, and EG have stacked this A site.
Here.
A little bit similarly to their pistol round, so maybe that's giving us a hint as to Potter's strategy on the defense. Leaning the defense pretty heavy on A, and then playing a B retake kind of setup. I think it's dangerous to play B retake against an Astra Tejo composition, because these post plants are nasty.
Yeah.
But think back to Lotus. G2 only won 1 out of 7 of the post plants over there. I don't think it's going to be the same on this map.
No.
Chaos, though, caused by nature, or at least attempted, he gets dealt with very quickly by the pack.
You already mentioned it as well. Post plants were a bit of a problem for that first map, but G2 did correct the course, at least for split. It's definitely sailed them towards a pretty decent win here. There's going to be salvage the delay. Being used to buy a bit of time here for the EG players to try and get themselves in, but the post plant positioning is pretty good here from G2. EG are going to be finding it hard, I think, to dislodge most of these players, especially holding tight angles. Thorns just going to be ticking down the clock.
Here.
There's a chance there for Ye. Time is going to be ticking. Damage done to Jorg. One shot to the body. He's a jar with a movement. Sidesteps it. Big reveal into Icy as well. Just trying to push these players out of the position. Superman does drop it, at least with a classic in hand, but instantaneous with the
What?
trade.
You guessed that?
Wow.
And watched for. Not quite a flawless, but G2 are happy to take it with 4 players surviving.
7 up.
What does EG's defensive setup look like now that they can get rifles online? Yay, not able to pick up an operator. They haven't got the economy
Like,
going.
bro, how does their stinger fucking do that? You guys just bopped them from
like a
30
phantom, no?
meters, bro. Like, what?
It's going to be so crucial to get Ye and Icy into positions where they can rely on their playoff form. They have been so much better in playoffs compared to what we saw from them in the regular season. It's all smiles still from nature. The score's 7-7. But this round, I think, is going to tell us a lot.
Better footsteps and a bit of util. G2. Gather up control towards A main, building towards these ults. Jorgemon has that dimensional.
I don't know about this
Danger.
way.
Danger.
Yeah.
Is he gonna re-clear it? He might.
He might.
Even Valen inserted as well.
He's worried about the right. Oh, he's clearing it. Yeah, he is clearing it.
Wow.
Looking like they want
Did it go
That's pretty good.
Now, I said earlier,
It's pretty good info.
normally the strong side of their
Yeah.
split is going to be through mid.
They actually just rotate. Same with
Strong
Astra.
side goes through B main. So Jorg, he's going to
Tail
be
should
be
go. Tail should
4B
go.
right
No.
now. Yeah, yeah. It should be. They should be 4B right now.
is playing, and that
But
is
they're not
Icy,
rotating.
At least for now. Spotting out.
Uh oh.
In a one back site.
What the fuck did Icy just do?
What the fuck is Icy doing? What?
Try and play this one back, but this is an onslaught. Aggression is called for G2, tempering it at the right times. They don't want to overextend. They don't want to overplay their hands. Jonah P, full stick now
God.
in through for it and up towards the top as that smoke dissipates.
Wait.
CG players
Wait.
are being picked apart, but maybe Supermoon and Ye can activate.
Wait!
Finding a few kills.
Oh my god! El Diablo is back from hell.
Comes alive.
He's him.
We've been waiting for the Ye round all
Nah.
map.
Don't bring up the hell
Every other
line.
time we've watched him on
That's your
Pro,
line, bro.
he's turned up. And it took until round 15.
What Pandy said, not me.
I think that was. With better weaponry, admittedly, but they still shouldn't have been that clean. How did these kills all come through almost at the same time? Credit to Superman too, because he managed to pick up a
I'm not gonna lie, the confidence to just Y swing that when you know you're one shot to the outlaw, respect.
Wait, actually though,
I would have waited for that smoke. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not peeking that.
that's confidence. How did he get that confidence?
I don't know.
That's the same kind of facial expression that she was making on Lotus when Ye was pulling out magic. And if he starts doing it again,
It's like, do you have nothing to lose there? Confidence or like you're him confidence? I can't tell.
I think he's got the he's him confidence right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
In their power to make sure that is not the case.
if they pull it off, I mean, it's got to rank highly as one of the most ridiculous runs
Wow.
we've seen in Americas.
Risky.
Absolutely. Along with EG 2023, you know,
We need Icy to like lock it in.
LCQ run.
Yeah. He's top ranking though, I think. He's like second, I think, though.
Yeah. He was like 12 and 10, and now he's like 12 and 14 in this half.
They're just walking up on the backside of this one, trying to obfuscate the intention. Hit's going to be coming through at a moment's notice onto A. And
Damn, I feel like
Wow.
Leaf went way too soon, but I guess they had a good reboot pick on him. That was good by EG, to be fair. Singled him out.
Yeah.
40 seconds? They're running back to B?
They can't go B here.
No, it doesn't look
I
like
guess...
a good pivot here, does it?
They're lose. You
Yoru's
can't.
gonna hear him. Yoru's gonna hear him. Icy's gonna hear him soon. Oh, he rocked away. Oh, he TP. Oh, God. Icy's costing us.
What?
Oh, God. He TP'd A.
What's the read? Why?
Oh, my God. And he jump spotted the worst time ever. He has no info.
Smoke, smoke,
Wait, the
Thorn.
mollies are good. Wait, the mollies are so good. He has to run through and plant. Oh, the Rockets. Time.
No.
Time. Time. No
He
time.
didn't get it.
Wow.
Oh my
they
God.
snagged him.
He saved it. He saved it.
Oh my
He fucked
God,
it up, but he
that's
ran
horrible.
out, threw his life out, and saved it.
Oh my God.
Plant out in the open. He was doomed. As soon as the clock was down that low, he was doomed.
Was it Icy that spammed him?
Yeah, he ran out and killed him.
That your tournament favorites in Americas are going
No, Superman killed Trent.
Oh, Superman.
Yeah.
Damn.
Icy's ran out and got one though.
Yeah.
chance at a global trophy. G2 are going to take a tactical timeout. Josh RT forced to intercede on G2's behalf. Their economy is pretty tragic, but it looks like, from what we can see, Josh is telling them to force up, and he's giving them a specific strat, because G2 are going.
What's he saying? Can you read lips?
That kind of stuff.
He's saying, guys, we keep taking the fucking site. Actually, no, I don't know if that's what he's saying.
I don't know.
Potter's got to be giving them some slight tweaks, but otherwise, what's been working has been working.
And this is a gambit by G2, by Josh RT to be opting into this, I think, as well, the full force. When you're already, listen, only just 2 rounds down for G2.
It's a second pause as well.
Yeah,
scary,
it's not looking good.
Scary.
How long have you been up? I have been up since yesterday at 11 a.m. Right now it's 7:30 p.m. So add 8 hours to my 26 hours I've been up. 26 plus 8. What is that, chat? Do the math on that. That's how long I've been up for. And 4 hours of sleep, bro.
Entire global event, another opportunity at going for a trophy, and that's what this team was aiming for right from the beginning of this year.
Talk about defining for a team like EG, where expectations are at their lowest. Scrapped together with players that no one really wanted. Second chances offered up, really, for that chance to play in Tier 1. These EG players are hungry to prove absolutely everyone wrong.
And you know what? It's not a full force for G2. There's only one player that's gone for the full hero buy, and that's Jorgon. The rest will still be able to get a buy together in round 18, so it's not as dangerous as it looks. It's not as big of a gamble that Josh RT has called. They're defaulting, getting rid of the Vice Wall over towards Art early on. And it looks like this time maybe they'll commit to the A split. Haven't run too many of these. The drone over towards B is going to keep Ye anchored. Derek.
Oh!
And spotted out there, Valen.
You have to commit to that. Oh no, they separated.
Scans.
Oh no. IC didn't know what to do. IC didn't know what to do.
Yes, TP, yeah, it took too long.
They should have went forward into a main deeper. That's what they should have done.
Great patience there, waiting for the ult. Are they ready to fight? They're going for it with the
Pop Dasher?
Good fade ult, wow.
Yeah.
Is this...
But nothing else to really step past this one. It's a threshold of their own making, but lying in wait, just seeking to delay and deny this chance here for them. Star. Valen looking to dominate.
The stinger, bro. I'm telling you. The stinger.
What a play to make overall, G2. Not done yet.
Not punished for going for that hero buy on that single player. They're now going to have the economy to go forwards. What a pivotal round that was. It's now knocked the economy down of EG. Ultimates are going to start to get online for G2. And look at how good this team is at maximizing bad weaponry. The reactive push through Art was perfect. Leaf hits a shot with the Sheriff. Valen always playing inside the smokes. And it's writ across Icy's face. Their opportunity to dominate this
Oh, and
game
Eco now too.
Yeah.
Now it's all gonna be
And now the ults are coming back up for G2. Uh-oh.
EG can still get it done though. If only they keep that belief and the proactivity.
Yay. Very aggressive. Dash is primed. Putting out the drone. Doesn't even use the dash to get the hell out of there. He's still staying around.
And even if they hadn't used that double initiator utility to clear, they still had a Vice Flash. So they could be pretty confident right now. There is nobody in mid. But that just means, Ye might have gone a walkabout somewhere else. And you can see he's getting set up over on A main this time.
PG wanted to maybe set up for a bit of a trap play off of Ye's contact, but to give up on that idea now. A lot of pressure is heard. Heading its way over towards the B side.
Nah.
Nah. He had his movement right there.
Oh, the tail ult. 35 seconds, they're running A. Tail, you hear them?
Connector is the name of the game. G2 are trying to run a bit of a swindle on them. All the way though, Icy is all in through the back of that A main control is going to be critical.
They were not scared of that Euro ult, they all ran away.
They have to clear A main.
Oh, it's too hard to win this. Wait, didn't expect him?
Oh wow. You spoke for yourself, close to me and get the gun.
Oh my god, the guy behind him died.
Oh my god.
Derek caught a spray. What?
What?
From the sides.
What? What?
Oh, he flashed himself, dude.
No.
Oh my god, Trent saved them.
Ridiculous! Ridiculous from Trent! Leaf was miles away. It really was the 1v2, 1v3 on the site there that Trent pretty much had to win. Leaf had got stuck on the B insert, completely out of the fight. And Trent did it all in an uncomfortable spot. Manages to
Oh, he peeked too soon. He peeked too soon.
Yeah. Damn, they had that.
G2 not even forced to ask the question of could Leaf deal with that. Okay.
Oh fuck, it's 9-9.
Yeah, it's actually getting intense.
Now we get to see them with rifles and ops. Yay. Picks that one up. He has the knives.
Oh, it's a fast B hit.
They break drone early, which
Wait, this is like, wait, show me yay! Bro, what?
Why would you swap off of him?
Oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my god, El Diablo.
Is it a new demon? Nah, don't say it.
Hasn't been heard rattling around people's brains for quite some time.
Fuck.
I mean, if used at all in the last couple years, it's been used ironically, sarcastically, referring back to a peak that most people thought Ye would not return to, and yet this run has really showcased he's still got it. He still can be a powerhouse that takes people to podium finishes, perhaps. Who would have thought this EG team could be on the precipice of making top 3 in Americas, making a global? G2 stands in their way, but it's a 5v3 in this round. And EG with all of the advantages. They're playing safe, they're playing disciplined. Derek just spotting.
Mother, how are we dying juggling?
Oh my god.
No, they need this post plant, bro.
Taking no chances.
And the Hawk clears out secret, so they can be super confident. But they've lost Trent, so no salvos in the post plant.
Fuck, we have to invest in knives as well now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, double flank.
Just what Icy go first?
Watch, the crowd's gonna give it away, watch.
You think? Oh, they did. Icy.
Nope.
He's not aware of it.
He whiffed. Double flank. Not planted for them. Ew, ew. Ooh.
Yay?
Yeah, another one. Wow.
Oh, he got all 4.
We ain't done yet.
And he might be the king of hell, but he is ice cold on this stage right now.
He's managed to push himself back up to the top of the scoreboard for EG. If you were wondering, when is
he is locked in. He wants to swing.
Wait, that's a sick play.
He's had 2 of them so far on defense, where he just completely takes over.
Wow, that's a nice shot, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's not that easy.
Yeah.
Positioning is not actually great. Nature can tuck around on a steel box, and Leaf was left at Flowers, not really able to do much. Josh can feel the game slipping away. There's only 1 round in it. But the momentum, honestly, feels like it's there with EG.
It's fast and loose. Called for by GT. G2, I should say.
My ult's ready.
Jorg, he gets the ult online. And G2, they're normally pretty good in rounds like this. But Jorg can sometimes overheat when the pressure's on in spots with his ultimate. Yay, on an aggressive line. It's really difficult to get anything done with the op when your opponent has a Yoru ult.
I mean, this is crazy.
Who's next?
Drone for the reclearance out through A main. It's going to be the dimensional drift as well, pushing forwards. Not too much spotting.
Uh-oh. Superman, wow.
Wow.
Superman steps up to it. He's being challenged. And a hell of
Oh
a
no.
try and defend these players.
Oh, yo, those are great smokes.
Oh my god.
He got out of there.
Derek!
Derek!
Oh, a little overheat.
Oh, oh!
Hey, Trent?
Nah, it was an overheat from Icy though.
Not doubt them in their spots, and for Trent to do it all now in a 1v2.
Oh, fuck.
Wow. Yay.
No, they might actually do it. Stop it.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. He's smiling.
Out of the fight. They spotted him with the Prowler, and they were so focused on him, they weren't ready for Superman.
Dude, the pressure on G2 must be insane right now. They have no pauses, by the way.
Yeah, they can't. They have nothing.
Ye was an incredibly expensive decoy in that round.
Yeah.
But what works, works. And EG on an eco now have to make something work with the Stingers. Otherwise, EG are going to have 3 qualification points. 3
It's a half by.
to convert and make it to
Holy shit.
They have like 3 ults coming up though.
Yeah.
But
holy fuck.
Now push to that brink.
is this gonna be the classic give him too much space and then we lose?
Yeah, it's looking like it. They already gave him all of mid, all of main, all of art, and connector. These guys could be in literally in CT spawn right now if they walk in. They're about to.
You have mid-control. Lying in wait, watch.
Look where he's droning from, bro.
Jesus Christ.
You're looking for information, and then you're probably sight smoking. You know, if Valen has 2 smokes, he can pop them either side of that default.
Look how scared they are.
Close the gap.
Looking to try and go into this one, a bit of straight spam
Free
as
plan.
well, Trent.
They have everything. This is so bad.
Using Vice ult?
I mean, not on this round.
Like, I guess
This
he's
is-
good versus Stingers. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're playing aggro as fuck.
This is so
Dragon
bad
Ball,
for
Dragon
BG,
Ball.
I'm not gonna lie.
Nature lying in wait and lets it loose now.
You gotta capitalize off of it. I see. I see.
He got a knife! He got a knife!
He knifed Yay!
No escape from that one here.
Derek!
It's such a quick response in EG. Ultimate 2v2, ultimate earns. Pushing them back and away.
9 seconds on salvos for Trent.
No stick inside, gonna be occurring for now as well, but straight spam has to do it. Superman sticking, straight shot, nice out, ready to down.
What are the chances in this round? The G2 come out on top.
What did I tell you, bro?
It's ridiculous.
The moment they started the round and CT spawned, they lost.
No, actually, though, they played so scary versus Eco.
Bro, on Eco round, why swing mid, bro? Buy on L1, why swing mid, bro?
He knifed him!
Oh my god.
And they've broken the economy of EG. Potter is
Bro, dude.
her last one of the match.
IC is responsible for like 6th round on defense.
All looked like EG were on the precipice of winning. They were about to go into a situation. Had they converted,
Bro, no way.
where they were up 12-9, 3 chances. They gotta convert at least one of them, surely. Maybe G2 could have clawed it back to OT, but OT would have been guaranteed. And now, no such safety net. G2 are favored to tie.
Dude, oh my god, how does Jogamo get 2 kills there? Was that was the round, right? Like, what else went bad? Was Jog getting 2, right?
Yeah, it was just Jog getting 2, honestly.
But this was looking like a one-team region a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, it was.
Like 3 weeks ago or something, G2, they had head and shoulders clear of everyone in Americas. And you can argue over whether it's a slump in their form, a step up in everybody else's, but there is no denying that G2 have been putting on ridiculous entertainment in their loss to Sen, the win over 100 Thieves, and now whatever the hell this is going to end up being against EG. I'm sure it doesn't feel good for them.
No, the tension on the stage, man.
It is cinema.
It is cinema that we're watching.
Oh, they're on a half buy, dude.
Yeah.
Superman's saving for an op, though.
Yeah, he is.
Staring at the barrel of an equalized map so far. Lighter weaponry at hand for them, and G2, they're relentless.
This is one of those spots where you just got to be clean. G2 are the ones that really control the tempo here. You've got to avoid running into stacks, and you've also got to avoid EG closing the gap.
They gonna re-hit?
Now, they don't have a bunch of stingers. It's only
Yeah.
Nature that has one.
I like
look
what
how
IC's
not.
doing, though.
What, sitting back home?
Like there's a clone in the back there, and then he's playing in the other spot.
Yeah.
Like the other corner.
It's good. Like, look how not afraid G2 are. Like, yeah, they know they're bad bye, but like, they're not afraid.
You can see it with the player positioning. Derek is umming and ahhing, but the time gets late.
I think EG's got caught by that so much this series.
Yeah.
Giving too much respect on Eco.
Yeah, they just have the wrong mindset on it.
Yeah. No smoke?
No smoke. He didn't buy any. He couldn't buy any, I guess.
Trying to lay claim to most of the site. Still, there needs to be that clearance, and it is there eventually. Trading, dislodging IC from that spot.
Rounds like this, you get to see that discipline from G2. They look clinical there, dealing with that stack, flushing out every little danger, and making sure that they tie up the score to 11-11. Round 17 and round 21 completely redefining this map. And both of them, both super pivotal rounds going the way of G2. EG, if they end up losing here, are going to be looking back at both of those and just feeling sick to their pits of their stomach. Here's another one though. And this one is going to take one of these teams to a match point.
Guns v guns, 11-11. Similar beginning here from G2. Drone forward to clone on top of it. Gets broken though. Wall's not going to be triggered. That was the goal genuinely here for G2.
He fucked up their strat.
Intent forwards though once more with that Cosmic Divider aiming to fake it, to try and pull these EG players.
Wait, he
away.
reset his
Mid
CP.
Still walking around the site. Does anything give this one up? It's already a gate crash all the way through into the back of their spawn as well. Reinforcements can arrive
Where
at
is
EG.
Jorg going?
Jorg is going all the way. He's going to distance
Where's he
right now.
going?
Revealed in hand.
What?
And his players out.
Oh my god, he almost got 2. Yay?
On his perch, on his high ground position, EG.
What? Tick top out.
What
the fuck?
Mistake is made and wrapping his ray all the way from behind. G2 laying claim and laying siege all the way to the site. There's no stopping this train right now.
Bro, EG had like 4 opportunities to win that round. If Ye played up top with the op,
Gets the job done with a 3K. He's been quiet in this map.
and then Superman can clutch that. If Derek doesn't die there,
How is G2 doing this?
One round separates G2 from Toronto. You see what it means to them. EG, they could have been in control there. And Ye, with a dash in, a bit of an overheat, and suddenly it all goes wrong. EG are on a triple Guardian buy.
oh my god.
It's nothing.
It's pushed to the brink. It's desperation.
It's over. They're not winning this round.
He overheated.
Overtime. G2, they're in the driving seat.
And then he left. No.
First kill claimed. Answered back
Man, that's a huge trade. I'm not gonna lie, that trade is fuck. Had he not traded, this round was over. If it was a 5v4, this
Oh
round
my
was over.
god.
That trade is so big.
Jorg got one, and instead of playing the 5v4, he swings forward, punished by Superman. Now droning out.
Bro, Icy just needs to fucking rewalk in Damien, bro. It's just a drone. You can't be
There's no
afraid
way
of
he does
it.
that. He's shaking on his fucking little booties right now.
Like, they need a 3-1. 2-2 is not gonna cut it this round. I'm not gonna lie. Not in this meta.
They're playing retake B. Oh,
Fuck, they're
God.
gonna win. They're gonna win. Oh, wait, they have Techo.
The
Okay, it's
wall will
fine.
stall.
They have the ultimate. It's fine. Wait, they have double. They have double ult.
They do. They do. They Astral Wall and tail ult.
Yeah. Okay, this is fine then. This is fine.
What do they do? Astral Wall long, tail ult back all?
No, I feel like you Astro or Techo pillar,
And then Astral Wall back all?
like the regular Astro Wall, and then you nuke back all.
G2 know they're playing aggressive.
Oh fuck.
Wait, Derek's aware, but like how
They're
aware?
flipping.
How aware?
Realize it, Armageddon. They want to take the fight to him. Don't let EG take the initiative. Don't let them take that space.
Oh my god.
No!
No. No.
He wants for nothing! For nothing! For nothing!
Side by side. Backs against the wall. Shots need to reign supreme. But G2 have a date with destiny. A ticket to Toronto.
Jesus Christ.
What grit and determination. So many moments on Pearl where it felt like EG could have been in control, and yet G2 denied them, turned their dreams to ashes.
Damn, bro.
Twist and turn.
I can't believe it, bro.
It ended like
I
that.
can't believe it, man.
That's how it
They
ended.
threw it. Dude, G2 somehow keep winning. G2, they just can't lose.
All doubts layered against them.
Damn.
Nobody thought that they could make it to this point. Nobody thought that they would be pushing G2 in a series like this. They've proved that they are a team to watch in stage 2. But it's a long way before those matches begin.
Damn.
And so we're not going to be seeing these faces.
They
for a
threw
while.
so many rounds.
They were within touching distance of Toronto. But that dream was dashed and denied by G2. The tournament favorites who have scraped through in games now against 100 Thieves and EG.
Pushed to the limits.
You would not have believed it if we told you that at the start of the stage.
Yeah, and there it is.
Jorg giving respect to his former coach. And they were pushed to the brink. A sigh of relief on the faces of these G2 players, but they have earned their opportunity to fight for another global trophy. I can't imagine what it feels like for those players. And they've got more matches ahead of them in Americas, a domestic trophy to fight for.
Absolutely.
But they don't look like the solid favorites that we thought they were gonna be.
But regardless of all,
Dude, you know what's crazy about the Ye dash? He
What?
brought it down to like half a second, and he like decided, like, in that last half a second he went forward. I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The dash is fine, okay, right? But like, jump around and drop down. He like
No, I
dropped
think
and
he
looked at the
panicked. I think
ground.
he panicked after he dashed almost.
Yeah. Like he knows the guy is there. Dash, jump over his head, and then like keep going. But like he dashed and he just stood still. Like he froze.
It was 4v2 when he dashed though. Like arguably he could have just chilled, but
Yeah.
It's not great. It's not great. Dude, this round as well, I can't believe the rounds G2 just won. Oh my god.
I know, those are insane.
Nah, they're actually just destined to make it there, bro.
They just couldn't lose.
Oh my god, that was a crazy match, man. Again.
See how much it means to him.
And Jonah P gets to play in front of a home crowd. Probably the only Canadian player that we'll see representing Canada in Toronto. I think the only other possibility is Koala Noob from Na'Vi. And I don't know if he's going to make it. Listen, I don't want to throw shade, but that's unlikely. Yeah. Then again, so was EG, and we saw what almost happened today. What a run this almost was, but honestly, it still was a crazy run from EG.
No, it was.
This was a team that was 4th in their group, and then ended up 4th in America.
I mean, honestly, EG weren't even expected to be here. Props to them, so.
Yeah, no.
They were the 4th seed. So.
I feel like maybe G2 was just playing with their food this whole time. Like, what the fuck is this?
No. No.
They are eliminated from our stage 1 playoffs, but this is an EG squad that is heating up, not just at the right time now. They're giving you hope almost, I think, as well. Yeah. Americas isn't just this one-team region now. You're seeing this competitiveness.
You should sleep here. I'm about to get off.
Every single team bringing that A game.
Alright, I'm gonna get off though. I've been up for like 30 hours.
How long you been live?
26 hours.
That's it?
My bad. I'll do another 12.
Do better, bro. Do better.
I'll go for 30 next time.